Welcome to an all new episode of Unhealthy and Unstable. I'm really excited for this episode, man. I see amongst the Star Wars community a lot of division on these first couple of episodes of Acolyte.
Not division.
It is toxic out there. But we'll get to that. We'll definitely get to that. First off, let me introduce my co-host, starting off with Trayvon. What's up, Trayvon?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, this should be a good show, and it's always weird how so much information comes up on Wednesdays.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, don't jinx it, man. We've been blessed these last 11 weeks, man. We've been truly blessed. For those of you out there that don't understand the inside joke, we do like our pre-production meetings Tuesdays, and we're just like, man, what are we going to talk about on Wednesday? And it never fails, whether it's that night on Tuesday or that morning Wednesday, it just floods in with news. And today was absolutely no different. Joel, what's going on, brother?
What is up? All good. Let's get rolling.
All right, goddamn. Okay. All right, shit. You got somewhere to be. All right, fuck. Let's get right into it. First, before we get into our exciting show, I did want to take a moment to express our condolences to Ben Potter, aka Comic Storian. Many of you probably have seen Comic Storian. Maybe don't. You should know Ben if you've seen Comic Storian videos. He always starts it off with his face. He passed away recently. I did not look into any details. Details at the time were not given. I did not look into them. I do know it was reported as an unfortunate accident. But we definitely give a lot of love and support to Ben's family, his wife also. For me, he was a big part of a lot of what I knew of comics because I refused to read them. So I'd go right to YouTube, Comic Storian, and he'd give me a short, long version of what I could have read. So I will forever appreciate Ben and his contribution to me personally. So I definitely just wanted to take the time to say, condolences to him and his family. And it's just tragic, man. It's just really tragic. Really, really, really tragic. Definitely make sure you guys are appreciating the time you have and the time you spend with your loved ones, for sure. Because it can be very sudden. This is, I think, the second one. The first, not too long ago, we heard about, what's his name from Gen V? I keep forgetting his name.
Chase,
thank you. Chance. Okay. Chance. Extremely gifted. Ben, extremely gifted. Both also very young. Is another thing that really sucks. So definitely just wanted to take the time to give condolences out. Definitely rest in peace, Ben. Much love to you.
Yes.
All right. We did not do this last week, even though we promoted it for last week. So we're gonna start with that this time, so we don't skip out on anything. All right. So for many of you, if you guys have seen our thumbnail, it's been, the Star Wars community is not liking it, mainly because a lot of the Star Wars community didn't like midichlorians, and this took a page out of that book. For me personally, it's not that I don't like it, I don't get it. And I kind of am just waiting to see if more episodes go by and it's maybe explained a little bit more, or if Leslie comes out, the creator of the show, and explains a little bit more. For anyone that does not know what I'm referring to, they had a line in this episode when the Jedi came to take the girls. They asked, "Where's the father?" They were told there is no father. And the mother begins to say how the daughters were plucked from the thread in the Force, essentially, right? We know kids being born, no dad, That's Anakin. Anakin was supposed to be Star Wars' Jesus, right? So it's like to hear that you could just be plucked from the Force. Plagueis, who's around this timeline, is probably just like, well, what the fuck did I do midichlorians for? Like, you can just pluck a motherfucker from the Force. So I am curious to see what their true power is, and how the fuck they were able to do that. Because now you're doing something to the history of Star Wars with that line. Again, I don't have a problem with it. I just want to understand it better. But overall, I thought it was a fine episode. I thought they could, this is just petty of me, I guess. I thought they could have made the girls look more like each other. They look different, only for them to be played by the same actress when they get older, right? So, like, they look too different to know that when they get older, they look exactly the same. I mean, exactly, because they're played by the same person, right? So I thought that was a little weird, but I'm really enjoying this show, mainly because it is pulling from some actual canon Star Wars, and it is creating some of its own canon Star Wars. So for me, I don't have an issue with the show. It's a lot of head scratching, but I can tell you this. I've not scratched my head more in this show so far than I did in that Kenobi show. So for me, I'm taking it all in stride. I know the Star Wars fanboys are pretty teed up over there, but I'm enjoying it so far for what it is. And I'll just wait until after the season's over. Maybe it'll explore it a little bit more. Maybe season 2. Who knows? But it's confusing me each week. It does something that I kind of just go, that's weird, but all right, cool. It's really hard to be upset when it's like, me being upset will not change the fact that this is all now canon. So, it is what it is. But Trayvon, you felt very strongly about this episode for non-Star Wars reasons.
See, okay. When I've said this many times. When I first heard about the show in general, I was like, ooh, people that aren't trained in the Force, they can figure out different ways to use it, whatever they're going to do. So when they said witches,
right,
I was like, okay, let's see what they're gonna do with it.
He didn't actually. No. He did not. Let him get into it, but he did not.
It's just, I don't know. They said witches, but all I saw was the same old Force push and pull. That's all I saw. Like, I didn't see anything special like with it. Like, I did see that her hands glow a little purple light kind of at one point, but I was like, oh, okay, what's that? Nothing. Cause now they're all dead anyway, so it's like, well, spoilers. It's just like,
I mean,
it's just like, I was like, okay, cool. And she did that little possession thing. I was like, all right, cool. Let's see where this goes. And they're all dead. And I was like, okay, like, and then, okay, the thing that was weird. They were like, oh, I don't have a father. I did not know the lore. Like, I don't know the hell midichlorians is. Yeah, I don't know what y'all talking about. But
midichlorians essentially are it's essentially like, this is a crude way to explain it. It's essentially like sperm, right? But it's like the rarest of, it's never ever happened ever before, ever again. The idea that, say it again, Joel?
It's like an energy. It's like, it's almost like life force. That's how they measure. That's how they measure the Force in the prequels.
Yes.
For the most part, they kind of forget about it after the prequel series. They kind of ignore it, but that's how they were. Yeah.
But what made midichlorians special at that time was the midichlorian count in Anakin was significantly high. Everything about Anakin was rare. Him being born with no father, right? Like I said, Anakin's story was like one of Jesus. He was the chosen one. He was the one that's supposed to bring balance, all that. So the reason why I said that was, would you say, Joel?
She just ended up being pregnant. She don't know how.
Yeah, she didn't even question it. She was just like, oh, okay, cool, sure. But no, so it's supposed to be Anakin was the rarity, right? So it was supposed to be, that was a one-time thing. That's never something that's happened before, never something that's happened after. So for them to say it's essentially happened again,
so that they knew of,
but this is 3 times now, right? It's happened in the history of Star Wars. It's very confusing, right? Because again, you're changing things to where now. Okay, so here's my bigger thing. I'm gonna pass it right back to you, Trayvon. I don't care that you're changing it, right? You want to change it, you have a blast. I'm just starting not to take this stuff to heart anymore. My only issue is that, okay, so if it happens to them, you're now saying it's not as exclusive. It could happen again. It could happen again. You know what I'm saying? Before it was specifically, that was it. Anakin. That was it. They put everything into Anakin. That's how it happened. So now it's kind of just like, you did it with both girls. Like, not that one was born properly and then the other one just poofed. It's no, they both just poofed, right? So it's just a little confusing.
They're twins, so
no, but I'm saying the idea of them both being created that way is like, okay.
The difference for me is like it seemed like they were manufactured, whereas Anakin seemed like it was just from out of nowhere. It seems like they did some type of voodoo to make this happen.
Well, remember, Anakin wasn't out of nowhere. It was what Plagueis and Palpatine had been trying to do for forever. And then Palpatine found a way to get Anakin to be born, right? So Anakin wasn't a shock to Palpatine. His midichlorian count was a shock. How powerful he was a shock. But Anakin was not crafted, but that one was more of a, we've been trying to do this for forever. It's the idea of cloning. It's the idea of creating someone of Force that's not through natural birth or,
Well, Anakin's unexplained. And they as of right now, I can say they are explained in the fact that they were created. It seems like they were created by her in some way, because they were trying to keep that a secret. Like how they did it. We're
on the same page.
We don't really know how. We just know that he is, and they wanted to do that, and he just did, and we don't know how that happened.
I don't disagree with anything you're saying. He's
still a mystery.
It's still, but there's still a shroud of the how. Like, you saying you plucked them out of the Force is like, okay, if you did that, that's some power we've never seen. Like, the Night Sisters couldn't even do some shit like that. So that's kind of why I like this episode, because like there's like these new characters. They're introducing the Force in a different way, even though it's not visually different. The way they summon the Force is different. The way they worship it differently. It's like different religions. You know what I mean? That's like, right. Yeah.
It's all an all powerful force here and there. It's just the way you handle it is different. Like there's considered dark magic, or I guess dark force, and like you could actually see some of it. Like you said, you can see like a little purple or whatever. Normally you can't see the Force.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. That's what the mystery still is the how. How are you able to do that?
They didn't explain that. We just know that she said that she did it. We don't know how she did it.
Right, that's all I'm saying, is that that is a mystery, as opposed to Anakin. We know Palpatine and Plagueis have been trying for years to finally craft someone like Anakin, and it finally
But we still
worked.
Don't know how. That's the problem.
Right. I mean, you can, if you would like to believe it's the same thing biblically as Jesus, that it was kind of an insertion kind of belief. Right.
We don't know how.
But I'm saying you at least are given better breadcrumbs than the idea of he was just plucked out of the Force.
Well, I do. Let me take that back. I hope they plan on explaining it, because that's how I took it, that they would explain it later, because the way they mentioned it.
I agree.
Because they said it like, oh, we'll get to it later.
Right. And to your point, Trayvon, as you go back to what you were saying, one thing I do want you to hold out hope for. There's a reason we never saw how her village died. Remember that. We never saw how they died. We know she started the fire. Her sister escaped. They met each other. They both, they were both about to fall. Saul saved one of them. Then as they're running, she sees her entire village to a degree. Her mother and everyone else dead. Mm-hmm. Maybe her sister has some Sith-like witch magic or some shit she utilized to kill them all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you might see some cool shit once they show how they died. You know what I'm saying?
I think the Jedi killed him.
I mean, that's what they want you to believe. At least
that's what I mean. He said we made a mistake. We're sorry. Like when he said that to her, like killed himself. Like
you don't kill people by accident.
I'm saying, but what he said was like we made a mistake. I'm sorry, we did that. And then he killed himself. I was like, he's guilty. He felt guilty.
I'll say this.
He did it.
I'll say this. That's possible. So let me first start off by saying I'm not dismissing. That is very possible. I will also say there was a short for one of the Star Wars games about Darth Malgus, and it was about this young Jedi who was taken from her family and her brother. She was taken because she had the Force, but her brother didn't, right? So Malgus was trying to get in her head, and he was telling her, how do you know that your brother never developed elements of the Force? How do you know that they didn't separate you, for other reasons? So they were alluding to the idea of Jedi don't always get it right. They're as corrupt. They're just nicer about it, right? So it's the idea of the Jedi are just as flawed. So maybe what they're apologizing for was maybe the best thing wasn't trying to separate them. Maybe the best thing was to try to find a way to keep them together, but maybe train them there instead of bringing them back. I'm thinking more on the lines of it can't be that the Jedi killed them. And if it is,
I don't think it's that simple.
That's a dark road you're going down. Especially telling us 100 years from now, we see these peacekeeping Jedi that only defend themselves. They don't just kill people. So it's like, did you kill people here? And now you're like, let's not kill people anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's a dark line to go down. And if they are doing it, like I said, well, I'm not here to complain.
That wouldn't be the first.
To see how they explain.
It's not the first corrupt Jedi, but like the problem is they went back to living their lives like nothing happened. So like that's more.
And then they get shocked when they're like, "Wait, you're back for revenge, bitch? You killed my, you know what I'm saying? You killed my people." Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's why I'm like, unless these Jedi were just like, I don't even remember killing people. It is weird that they were very caught off guard as to why someone would be upset.
They thought she was dead. That's why.
No. At the beginning, they thought it was the alive sister. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Remember, at the beginning, they thought it was the alive sister. It was only later they found out that the other sister was still alive.
That's why they were shocked that she would do that, because she was saved by them, technically. Right? She was happy to be with them. So that's why they would be surprised. So they were like, oh, shit, somebody lived from that? Ooh. So, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. I don't know. I just feel like the Jedi, he was too apologetic for him not to have done something. I don't know what they did to them, but they were all laid out. I don't know. I gotta see where this show goes. The witch stuff, yeah, they were chanting, but that shit just reminded me of Mayfair witches, and they did some chanting and some whatever too, and that shit was dumb too.
We didn't get no telekinesis. We didn't get any of that cool shit. Mayfair witches did less than less to do anything.
Mayfair witches
did some tripping, a little tripping.
Oh my God.
So wait, Trayvon, is your issue them using the term witches and it not look like Dathomir?
Yes, something. I want something. Like, I don't know. I just WandaVision did, like, what they did was like something. Like, I was like, they said witches and I saw witch-ish stuff. I was like, this is cool. Like, I just don't, that term is being used a little loosely for me right now. Mayfair Witches has in the title, mistake. This saying it in here, mistake. It's not to say this. No,
they weren't here long enough, to be fair.
I guess. Look, what I had in here. What I had, a demonic possession. Same thing Mayfair Witches did. Pissed me off. Like,
I mean, Trayvon's not necessarily wrong. It's like, it's like, if you're saying you're witches, right, and you're supposed to be different than the Jedi,
it's a term, man.
What makes you witches? It's
like
we know what makes the Dathomirians witches. They do legit magic. You know what I'm saying? They do magic, blood magic, all kinds of magic shit.
Yeah.
You say witches, but what about you is witch-like. Like
aside from the cult shit that they were doing.
Excited, right? But there are
cult.
actual cults that aren't witches, so it's like, what made you a witch? Is really
I get what you're saying, but you look like
when they kept doing all that stuff, I was like, okay, something about to happen, right?
Come on, Trayvon, you gotta give it to your fans, bro. You gotta tell them your motto. Let them know, Trayvon.
I never came up with that.
If it ain't witching, we bitching. You know it. Trayvon came up with that. Everybody, just so
no, I did not. Stop. I don't know. Just stop using that term if you ain't gonna
copyright
live up to it.
We do gotta copyright that shit, bro. Because watch Wanda come out of nowhere trying to say some shit like that. It's like, fuck, we should have did it.
That's ours. Yeah.
But no, I mean, like I said, Trayvon, if that's your issue with the show, with this episode,
no, that's my issue with this part, sure. But I've said it all the time. I'm not like bashing this show in particular. Right. I've always said this about the Force. Like, that can't be all y'all came up with. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel about the Force. I'm like, y'all got all this. It's all around us. Blah blah blah. Nobody thought of anything different to do with it. Except pushing and pulling, like I can't. I just can't. I know that sounds crazy. Like I know Star Wars fans are like, well, that's what it's always. I don't care. For me, the person that's kind of like new-ish to this, I just feel like if you have this stuff all around you, there's been nobody creative. Everybody's like, oh, we just pushing and pulling. That's it. I'm like, okay.
I mean, Jedi
mind trick a little bit, sure.
Well, I mean, Trayvon, you've even played a game where a Jedi has gotten creative with the Force.
Yeah, I know. Bring him light.
Right. I'm just saying, you kind of have people that kind of just stick to the exact mythos of Star Wars, so they don't really expand. But I mean,
make it fun.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not against it. If people want to use the Force to fly, if people want to use the Force to, airbend or some shit, I'm not against it. Thinking
of using the Force to move around like Scott was doing with his blast. Like, think about using, like, you fighting like that. Maybe like use the Force to move yourself around like that fighting. Like, I just think of stuff like that. I was like, if you can use it for pushing and pulling, why can't you use it to?
They do. They just don't show it enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they do.
It's not done enough, right?
We've seen them run fast, jump high. Mm-hmm. They definitely use the Force for movement, but just not often enough.
We've seen. I tell you what, Trayvon. To your point, I get it. You want it in live action, but we have seen an influx of different bags of tricks people use with the Force in animation and in video games. But I will remind you this. Anything you do with the Force, you're using all your concentration and power on that one said thing. Not many people are strong enough, right, to like hold somebody from falling while force pushing someone away. So it's like you can't start to make everybody is strong enough to do all kinds of crazy shit, because then it's not special. You know what I'm saying? Well, so I think for me,
all the abilities, but
No. I'm saying if everyone does different things, it's like it's not necessarily special. It's just like, well, because then it won't make sense, right? Because like if one person can airbend, you're like, wait, how does that person do it, but nobody else? You know what I'm saying? I think for your sake, it might be really cool for whoever takes on this Rey movie to really let the bag open with Rey, right? She's had however many years
in that last movie.
Yeah, they did, right? They used force healing, but we saw it in animation before we saw it in live action.
That was the first time I saw that. That's new.
Why not start something new with Rey, right? She's had however long to train, learn new things, develop new things. Why not let Rey be the start of something new, right? Where she could force concentrate to fly. It could be in short distances, but like stuff like that. I'm not
at the end of the movie.
Right, exactly. I'm not one of these diehards that's like, you got to keep it the way George did. I'm fine with you switching it up. I just want you to do it in a way that's special to whoever you give it to.
I like the idea
so that it's unique to that person.
Where it's not just like you gotta. I like the idea that more than just the Jedi and the Sith that can use the Force. That's why, like when we first like in the Rogue One, or what was in the Donnie Yen's character, the blind guy.
Yeah.
Well, that's
He
what
was
excited
like,
me about this show when they first talked about it. I was like, oh, cool. So
yeah.
something? No, okay.
Well, I mean, that character specifically was force sensitive. So like, but there are other people that are sensitive in the force. They just should like branch out and show that like these witches like show that they can use the force, but use it differently. So they
Right.
differentiate from the Jedi. The Jedi are the Jedi, and the Sith are the Sith. But other factions can use the force just differently, just so they're not
Right.
the same.
And just to be clear, there is nothing that a Jedi can do that a Sith can't, and vice versa. The only difference is the Jedi are not trained in how to do things like Force lightning. You have to dig down a different kind of hate to be able
defensive.
to.
Yeah,
right.
It's more
you
offensive.
have to be. So it's not like the Sith can do it, but the Jedi can't. It's that the Jedi aren't taught to do so.
Right.
So it's not a knowledge they all have. You have think about it. When Rey did it, think about the anger Rey had when she did it. It wasn't like she was taught that. She got angry because she thought Chewie was, Chewie was taken. She thought Chewie was dead, so she gave out some Force lightning. It's a level of hate you have to dig to be able to utilize that.
And they don't teach that.
Just like in that, just like in the Melissa Barrera movie, the vampire was like, you gotta learn how to do the cool shit.
Right.
So just like in Interview with a Vampire, they were like, how do you do that?
Flying and that.
Remember when he said, yo, you could fly? The fuck? Yeah. And he's like, yeah, you could fly, dog. So I just wanted to make that clear that it's not that one side knows something over the other. It's that one side is specifically trained in these ways, and the other side is not.
We know they can hover at the very least.
Right. Like I keep trying to tell Trayvon, we see Count Dooku do it all the time. Maybe not in live action as much, but in animation, he did it all the time. Where he would just kind of just hold his arms like this and just levitate down. He pulled the Magneto all the time. Count Dooku. That man is swag dripped out. Let's see what DJV said for I pass it back to you, Trayvon, and we give it to Joel. Say what you want about the witches. They had a homeboy so shook. He became a full-on meditative monk for like 10 years. He didn't even speak. I think that was more so out of guilt. But I will say the one thing that the witches did that I thought was really cool, where she was holding his soul and his eyes went black. I was like, oh shit. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, do that again.
Cool.
Like,
it was a demon possession, just like Mayfair witches.
Right. But I'm saying in the world of Star Wars, you don't often see that.
Yeah.
Right. So it was like, okay, that's something new.
Right.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, that was cool. Anything else stand out to you, Trayvon, about this episode?
No, I just want to see, where this exactly is, going. Her sister was quite evil to do that to her. I was like, God damn. I was like, okay. Like, you gonna bring your sister alive for real? Like,
that was crazy. She was like, all right, if you want to leave me, you can die. It's like, whoa, that's extreme.
I was like, wow, so you rather her die than that's a wild. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I could be lenient toward that. I'm like, you ain't my sister no more. I'm like,
yeah, hell no.
What you mean? Like, that's you a demon. Like, but yeah.
But I did appreciate. I think it's Osha.
Yeah, Osha's a nice one.
Osha, yeah. I did appreciate it because she did kind of have a Anakin like mindset to where it's like she dared to be different, right?
Yeah.
And her people were just like, we don't fuck with that, dog. I don't know what that shit is you on. We don't do that. Right? It's the same thing that drove Anakin crazy. It's like, what do you mean you don't do that? Qui-Gon is who taught Obi, who taught me. Like, what are you saying? Like, why can't we love? What is that? Like, y'all are crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff that I thought Asha definitely brought up that I'm like, yeah, man, it's the same kind of shit Anakin spitting, what, 100 and something, 200 years, not 200, but 100 something years later.
I admit, when she kept doing stuff like that, I was like, you trying to get your people killed? So, because I was like, you just calm down.
I mean,
kill right quick. Like, chill out.
It was
the
pressure of the sibling rivalry, right? Like, clearly her sister advanced in the arts a lot better than she did, right? She just never believed in it. She always wanted to do something else.
You know. Now, see, I guess the thing that annoyed me about it the most was she was like, I don't want to become a witch. I don't want to ascend or whatever. And I was like, you just using the Force the same way y'all been using it. When you get with the Jedi, you still be forcing, pushing and pulling. I just, in my mind, I was just like, it ain't no, I don't see no different yet. There's no, like, I don't see what is this supposed to imbue you with demon power? Like I just didn't, I didn't
That's
get
fair.
there yet.
I mean,
You
that's
know,
fair, but
They
that's
didn't
what I'm
doing that to show
saying.
me it's
Right.
different.
But that's what I'm saying to
Yeah,
your
That's
point
very
earlier.
surface level looking,
That should
yeah.
be something else
Yeah,
for you to
what did they
think
do?
about. To the point you made earlier on not doing enough witch shit, clearly that little girl knows more than this show's letting on. Clearly, them witches can do more and have done more than we've seen. And she's saying, I don't want no parts in that. Like, I don't want to be able to do that. I don't want any parts of it. And remember, Jedi is different. You're taught to protect, not
No,
to,
that,
you
I
know
mean,
what I'm saying? So it's
yeah,
like there are levels of
And
being
she
a Jedi
eventually-
that will be different than being a
And then
witch.
she stopped doing that too. So,
Right, she did give it up. Yeah, they gotta go into that a little bit more. That is weird. You damn near got your people killed to be a Jedi. you stop being a Jedi? Like, you're not for nothing, dog.
your heart's
She's
not
like, I
in
just
it.
want to see the
No
galaxy. It's
shit.
like, bruh,
I
we
just
could have
don't think
taken
she
you
wanted
for
to
an
be a
Uber ride
fighter.
real quick, dog. You ain't had to get us killed.
I think in general she just didn't want to be a fighter, and I don't know what she thought she was getting into by going with the Jedi.
I think she learned the same lesson that that Count Dooku learned, that Qui-Gon learned. It's that the Jedi are not all that it's chopped up to be. The Jedi make it seem like, hey, we're these nice guys, we just keep the peace and just that, and then you get in it and you're like, it's a little different than what y'all pitched. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you ever watch like an Army or Navy commercial?
Yes.
Do you ever once see in those commercials anybody die?
Nope.
No, of course
It
not.
seems fun, right? Like it's
How the hell
about
you-
brotherhood, sisterhood,
Oh, yeah,
right?
boot
Then you
camp
join
fire
it,
on the ground.
right? Then you join it, and you're like, dog, they shoot back? What the fuck? Like, what is it? It's like, yeah, man, yeah, you didn't know that? No, they didn't show that in the commercial.
We can ship you off anytime we want to.
Right, exactly. So I think I'm not comparing the two people out there that are going to try to get in their feelings about that. I'm just saying it's the idea of you join it and you're like, there's a lot about this that was not clear.
Jedi
That is not clear.
warrior monks.
Right.
Yeah.
Joel, what were your thoughts on this
Oh
episode?
yeah, no sex. Yeah, that's a big problem.
Yeah, it sucks.
They say no sex, but if I'm made to believe that Obi-Wan was not with that Mandalorian queen, y'all got me stupid, and I ain't stupid. Okay, the way that Obi-Wan was willing to defy everything. Think about it. He went to Mandalore alone.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
That nigga was willing to die for this woman. That's just a team. Ain't no way they wasn't sleeping together. I'm sorry. I'm not stupid.
That's still not the rules are still, you know.
Right. The rules are the rules, but I'm just saying, if we made to believe that, come on, dog. Come on.
It's all about connection. They don't want you to fall in love.
Right, because it's an attachment, and
Right.
it'll blur your mind. Right. And, I mean,
and if you
they weren't necessarily wrong.
Rules, they can lock your ass up or whatever they're gonna do to you.
No, they don't lock you up. I think what they just do is they kind of exile you. Like, you can't be a Jedi anymore. They're like, well, just choose.
Demote you unless you believe what's her name did.
Which is so funny to me because you ain't taking the Force away from me. So
no, you can't take the Force away from them. But what you can, but no, I will say, Trayvon, what their defense is to that is, you no longer are a Jedi. So if they find you out there with a lightsaber killing people and shit, you're now a fugitive, right? To where they can bring you in and lock you up, and now you're in jail.
Yeah,
I get you, Trayvon. You're like, I'm trying to, bitch. I get it.
I'll show you some Force.
All right, sister switched up real quick. Went from we're together and one to, well, if I can't have you, no one can. Yeah, it got dark quick between those two. The sexual force was strong with Obi-Wan. Bro, come on, dog. Obi-Wan, man, looked like Jesus, and you telling me he wasn't out here getting his fair?
Obi-Wan was a G.
Obi-Wan was a super G, dog. Where do you think Anakin learned it from? How do you think Anakin was able to pull Padme? You learned that shit from Obi, dog. Anyway, Joel, what stood out to you in this episode? How'd you like it?
Pick one that doesn't age.
Exactly. Still hasn't aged. It still looks the same.
To this day, she looks the same. That's amazing. Fucking Anakin look older now.
What were your thoughts on this episode?
I enjoyed it. Like, I liked how different. It was very different. I'm curious to know more about what all the crazy shit they were talking about, like we were talking about earlier, and how the twins were born, and what's that all about. And I want to know more about this coven that they were talking about with different races. I did like that too. That was not just one race; it was mixed races in there, and I would like to know more about that. Obviously, they only gave us like a tidbit. Um, the Jedi were the Jedi. I mean, they are what they are most of the time. I do like the new swag that they have now. In terms of like their gear, even though it's very similar to the old ones, but different.
Right.
Different enough. It's obviously a difference. Um, that was really. I mean, I enjoyed the story that was told to me. I didn't overthink it too much. I'm sure there was stuff I missed that people hate, but I watched it twice and I'm like, I don't know, it was fine.
Yeah, but I'll say this: as much of a Star Wars fan as I am, I didn't see anything that jumped out to me that I hated. Like I said, I was confused a lot, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah, but
I can't hate something I don't have answers to.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff they didn't answer though. They left.
Right now, if they don't answer it this season, I will be very upset. But if they answer it, cool. Yeah, give them the time. It's 3 episodes out of what, 8? Give them time. Let them cook. Let them cook. So
I like what I saw. So like, my issue is if they don't answer it, or they don't at least allude to them eventually answering. That's my issue.
Yeah. Sorry, I think I just double messaged that. That's wild. No, I mean, to me, it's like, I don't know. To me, I think people want to hate this show. And for me, I'm not there. I'm not there at all. I haven't seen anything I disliked. I haven't seen anything that
so far has been really good.
Right.
They wanted that since they saw the lead.
Technically, there is no lead.
But I'm saying, like,
the twins are the lead. Technically,
they were gonna do that.
No, it's not really.
Yeah, I mean,
it's very much a collaborative show. To me, I look at this the same way I look at Clone Wars. Clone Wars is 100% about Obi, Anakin, and Ahsoka, the animated series, but it's a collaborative show. It's very much a collaborative show.
It's led by Obi, Anakin, Ahsoka.
I don't disagree about that, but I'm saying to be upset about the lead, like Rey was the lead, was the clear-cut lead. She was the face of Star Wars.
She was the Luke of the new trilogy.
The twins are not the face.
Were they mad at Rey?
Oh, of course they were mad at Rey. Of course they were mad at Rey. No, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just saying, to me, I think for this show, that's a very dumb thing to.
It is.
We don't. Yeah, we don't know where it's going to end up going. But as of right now, they are the eyes we see through.
Right.
Until that changes, right. Because the acolyte right now that we have an idea what they mean by the acolyte based on how the first episode ended. So you're like, okay, we kind of understand where they're going because we don't know who their mentor is or whoever's teaching them the ways, the dark side ways, right?
The one sister, May. Yeah,
right, May's teacher. What'd she call him? She called him something. What?
I don't know.
She gave him a name. She said something.
Master.
Master. Was she a master? I forget.
Yeah, I think it was Master. I gotta definitely go back. I will ask this before we move on to our next topic. Who do you think her master is? My opinion, I think it's her mother. That's where I'm going with.
You think her mother is?
I think it's her mother.
This one right here?
Yeah, I think it's her mother.
The Sith saber?
Yeah, 100%. I 100% believe she was thinking, what's the best way to tear down the Jedi? Tear them down from inside, right? Tear them down from inside. Think about everybody that May has killed. They had a false sense of security because they thought May was Asha. Was Asha? Osha? Osha? So they thought, oh, we know you, right? So it wasn't defensive from like the door. It was kind of like, who are you? And some of them were like, okay, I remember you. Okay, hey, what's up? And it's like, whoa, did you trying to kill me? So again, that's just my outside looking in. It's just a guess. Just trying to put some logic to who this could be. Because one thing I don't want is whoever May's master is, it can't be a throwaway. I'm sorry, I can't accept that. It can't be a throwaway. You're deciding to bring a Sith in a time where there's no Sith? Can't be a throwaway.
I saw some
Sorry,
people
can't
talking
be.
online that it might have been that boy that she was talking to, the way he was able to dodge her and stuff. They were like, he's
The
more
boy?
than just the
To me,
the one that gave her the potion or whatever.
right. Well, they're working together.
Well, yeah, they're working together. Why would he be out of costume if that was like? I don't know. To me, that's a little weird.
I thought him and her
Manipulative.
working together. So
I feel like
she
they're
said the
working
master-
for the master.
right. Because he said it. That's how she said it. Then like the master would be upset if he found out or whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
I remember her.
I mean, look, unless they're pulling some Scream shit, because Scream love to do that. Scream's like, oh, there's no way it could be her, and it's like, what the? Okay.
Well, you said Plagueis was around, right? Who was Plagueis' master?
That I don't know if it's told who Plagueis' master is. If it is, I don't remember. I don't remember who Plagueis.
But if he's around, that means there is Sith, right?
No. Yes and no. It was really Plagueis. It was really just Plagueis.
Until he killed whatever his name is, because I'm assuming he didn't have a master. We just don't know his name.
Yeah. I don't know who his master
and eventually
was.
Plagueis
I don't remember.
Recruits what's this guy? This guy
Palpatine.
Palpatine, but I don't even know he's born yet.
Palpatine is. If this is 100 years before Phantom Menace, he was 50, I believe, in Phantom Menace.
Oh, so he's not even born yet.
Right. So he's not born yet.
Well,
Plagueis would still be there.
If Plagueis is alive, then he's a young Plagueis, and his master is active.
Right.
So, if that, let's say that's still canon for as long as we know, right? If that's still canon, because Plagueis was his master, we know that's still canon regardless.
Right.
It's interesting.
Yeah. So, like I said, my only issue is whoever it is, which again, I don't care who it is. That's not important to me. Let me be very clear. I won't be upset with whoever they reveal this.
I just hope I know.
It just can't be a throwaway.
That's all. Like it's me, and I don't know who that is. I'm like, so it's a little disappointing.
Oh yes, thank you, DJV. Thank you.
Pronounce that.
Tenebrous.
Tenebrous.
Dark Tenebrous. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Could not remember that, DJV, to save my life, bro.
Do we know when he killed him? When
he killed his master?
Right.
Well, it had to have been well before Palpatine, because you can't get apprentice. You can't be 3.
Right.
So
because this could be like right after that, and maybe Plagueis is active looking for an apprentice, and maybe these two are candidates to become.
That's possible.
Apprentices. They're like, that's why they're acolytes. They're not apprentices yet.
Right. That's why I told you I'm not getting my hopes up.
I respect that, and that's a smart way to go about it. And look,
that's why I'm saying
to fit that big ass head of Plagueis. But
right, exactly. But that's why I'm saying the reveal is not important to me. I just want whoever it is to matter. Like, have them in season 2, season 3, or if you do a movie with this, whatever. I just don't want it to be, because you know what it'll remind me of? Remember when Star Wars fandom started to try to piece together who that what do they call them? Oh my God! With the people that Vader and Palpatine had that were going Inquisitor, that Inquisitor that was in the Ahsoka series. Everyone was like, "Oh, we might know who that could be." That fucker was dust. Wow. He was a spirit. That was the biggest disappointment I've ever had in Star Wars. Like, what the fuck? What?
Which one was?
Why?
The one that died. The one that died in the second episode or whatever.
No, remember the one that was in? He was like in some kind of armor. He had a helmet and everything.
I'm thinking of Ahsoka. That's why.
You said what?
That was Ahsoka. That was Ahsoka, right?
That was the Ahsoka series. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a guy that was fully suited up.
Everybody knew it was somebody.
Right. He didn't show his face, so everyone thought, "Oh, that could be somebody."
It was a witch.
That guy looked like, to me, at least, he looked like a throwaway. This guy is obviously important because he's the master. That's the only thing.
I don't disagree. We weren't thinking he was going to be someone massive. We were thinking it was what's her name that was in the Sith little anthology series that they just did.
Yeah, the one.
I'm really blanking on everything today, guys.
I'm always bad with names. At least Star Wars.
The one Anakin locked up for.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember.
For framing Ahsoka.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I don't.
No, not Barris.
Yeah, Barris. Yeah, Barris.
Okay.
Barris. Yeah,
wow,
Barris.
Look at me.
Yeah, good shit, Trayvon. Good shit. Look at you becoming a Star Wars nerdy. Look at you, one step at a time.
We reviewed that whole Sith thing, and I still couldn't remember her name.
So like I said, the reveal doesn't matter to me. I just want him to be somebody that is not a throwaway. That's all I'm asking.
Same. I 100% agree. So just be someone somewhat relevant to the
right.
world.
And again, I don't even need to recognize who it is. It could be someone you created. Yeah. He just needs to be somebody I see again. That's all I'm saying. Like if you have him die this season,
I'd rather
no matter how you narratively do it, this season was a waste of my time. 100%.
I would rather he was someone from the lore than someone created.
I don't know because to me,
this show is created, like new. So if you at least give me something from the lore.
My only skepticism of that is if it's new, I have no expectations. None. Absolutely no. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Anybody this old, I have no expectations.
No, but I get from your standpoint, but I'm saying if it's someone I recognize, it's then a standard I expect to follow that said character, right? You can't drastically change that character to fit your narrative. So for me, it's like, you can create new. I'm fine with creating new, and you do whatever you want. That's fine. That's completely fine. Especially if Plagueis is out there. Obviously, this character isn't going to be bigger than Plagueis.
Right.
So,
that's why this is very. That's why
this
is very confusing. Because who is this master?
And I will say, man is biting off the Knights of Ren, but I do love that mask. That mask is really fucking dope. Really dope.
It is a cool mask. I gotta see it again.
His mask is biting off of one of the members of the Knights of Ren, for sure. Even though no one cares, because the Knights of Ren were used like the fucking black
cannon fodder.
Anyway, fucking great ass team, and they're just like, no, die, death, gone, bye. All right, Trayvon. This next one's staying in Star Wars for a quick second. This one we can kind of breeze through, but I definitely want to talk about it. Leslie Headland apparently said she would love to make a live-action Knights of the Old Republic project. Leslie, I'm going to tell you this. It drastically depends on how you do this, how you stick this show's landing. Because you've already done shit that's confused me. And I don't want to go into Knights of the Old Republic being confused about a fucking...
I'm going to assume this is the image for that.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Look at you. I'm telling you, Trayvon, your Force-sensitive powers are rising. I'm telling you. You sense that with the Force. I'm telling you. So if that's what you want to do, great. At first, I need to see how this landing, is stuck before I'm like, okay, yes, do it. But like I said, I've not been disappointed so far, but she's starting to raise a question per episode. So I'm like, as long as they get answered, I'm good. If they don't, I'm not waiting till next season for them to be answered. I'm just not. I'm not that invested.
So where in the timeline does this land compared
Knights
to
of the Old Republic is before even this time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Knights of the Old Republic is before even this time.
And she's gonna keep going back. Okay.
Apparently, right? Wait, what are we saying? No. Trayvon can't have powers. We know the rules, even the Force. That is true. We did make a rule here amongst us three that Trayvon can't have powers. We did agree on that. We did. Trust me,
I ain't got them already.
That was purely a joke. I would never trust Trayvon with that much power. Joel, you interested in a Knights of the Old Republic project?
Man, I'm interested in anything Star Wars. Just give me anything and have a good story and give me some new lore that I can stick my teeth into. I'm in.
Mm-hmm. Have you played Knights of the Old Republic?
No, I was waiting for the remake, but
it's never gonna happen. I have it downloaded on Switch if you want to just play it one day.
We'll see.
Just saying. Yeah. Just putting it out there. Trayvon, you at all interested?
Yeah. Force. These are like Sith people, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, good. These two,
yeah.
Yes.
They're good.
Yes.
Yeah, they use their powers wisely. Yeah. Bring them in.
All right, we're gonna hose Trayvon down real quick. We'll be right back after commercial break. No. Let's move to our next topic. This was a fun movie. I'm talking about Bad Boys 4. This is a spoiler breakdown, so if you have not seen the movie, please stop what you're doing and go see it. If you're driving, hit a mean U-turn, head to your nearest theater, and go see this movie. Support it. Amazing movie. It's so funny. I hyped it up to my mom and my sister. They're like, shit. All right, we're going to get dressed and we're going to go see it. They called me immediately after they left, and I'm like, did I overhype it? They're like, no, not at all. This was so great. This was great. Because my mom was asking me, like, how funny? And I'm like, don't gauge it by how funny, because it's meant to be taken a lot more seriously than its predecessors. Because it's more, it's heavier consequences, right? Mm-hmm. So they have more at stake than ever before. So I'm like, think of it as different comedy. It's hilarious. But don't, like, I rewatch Bad Boys 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 2 are drastically funnier than 3 and 4. But the comedy is different, right? They're older. The comedy is it's kind of geared different. They're the same people. Yeah. But the comedy is just geared different, right? So she left and she's like, I loved it. Loved it. I personally believe Bad Boys 4 is better than the 3 others. I agree. Because it handled maturity, but still kept them the same bad boys, right? Yeah. Like the fact that Marcus still wanted Skittles. He's kept that one thing alive for 4 movies.
Even facing death, he still want them.
Exactly. I just give me my fucking Skittles, dog. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, there were so many callbacks. There were so many great things about 4. I believe 3 was made not thinking 4 could happen. I believe 4 was just made with the idea that 5 might not be able to happen. With both 3 and 4 doing phenomenal in the box office, I'm going to be honest with you guys. We might have a new Fast and Furious. They might just keep going. They might just keep. Why stop, right? To me, it's like if you're Will Smith, it puts you back in the good graces, right? Keeps you back in the good headlines. If you're Martin, I don't really know what other movies Martin's working. I know he's doing stand-up again. But I'm like, why not, right? Like, think about it. That Fast and Furious crew, what else are they really doing? You know what I'm saying? Tyrese ain't put out an album in like 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Luda don't do music no more. Like, what else y'all doing? Why not, right? That's right. So, but for me, I loved it. Great time, great fun. Saw this with Joel and my dad. We could not stop laughing throughout the entire movie.
Reggie was MVP.
Great. You said who?
Reggie, MVP.
Reggie MVP, man. It's so funny watching Bad Boys 2 and seeing Reggie for the first time and then seeing Reggie in this movie. It's like, damn. He took that chit chat that they had to heart. I feel like he never let that conversation go. But Joel, I'll start with you on this one, man. What were your thoughts on Bad Boys 4?
I really loved it. I really did. From beginning to end, it kept me entertained. I didn't look at my watch once to look for that at the time. I looked at it because I got texts and shit. But, but like I usually check, if a movie's long, I'm like, got another hour. Like, not that I'm not enjoying myself, but most of the time, I'm like, this is a little long.
Because movies sometimes feel long. Like you feel like, damn, I've been here for how long? This movie entertained
me thoroughly enough that I was in it from beginning to end, and I laugh all the time. It's Jawan that's like a statue sometimes, but even Jawan
that is not true, dog. Stop with that narrative, man.
You've gotten better, but I swear to God, it's like sitting next to a gargoyle the first couple of times we went to the movies. It's like, this fucker doesn't laugh for anything. No wonder he hates comedians.
I also don't hate comedians. This fucking guy, man.
But yeah, I love these movies. I love all 4 of these movies like thoroughly. This is my favorite one of my favorite franchises. Since the beginning, since the very beginning, when I was a wee child, mainly because they were such big. They were so big for me on TV when I was a kid. So to see them come together and make a movie together was a big thing for me. and it was so cool. I wanted to be a cop. Like I almost became a cop because of this movie. And I realized they fucking shoot back at me. And I'm like, yeah, I changed my mind a couple of years later. Like, maybe I should rethink that. But
you just gotta shoot better and dodge bullets. AJ taught you how to.
Yeah, AJ said dodge bullets, and then I realized I might not be good at that. Might not be my thing. So, but it's been a great series thus far. Love Martin, love Will, and Martin looked better in this than he did in the last movie, and that's progress. You know,
that's funny. Me and my mom were just saying how much better he looked in 3 than he did 4.
Oh, no.
We thought he looked thicker in 4.
I think he looked thicker in the third one.
That's so crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, because to me he looked thicker and completely like inept in the third one, whereas in the fourth one it felt like he finally kind of got some swag back. Because he needed glasses. He didn't even need it. I guess he was on here. I guess he either got laser eye or got contact. I don't know what happened. He didn't need him in this. So I really enjoyed the shit out of it, and like all the supporting characters are really cool. Like the ones from the last movie were really cool again. Like you said, Reggie killed it. That whole scene that was fucking awesome.
Oh my God,
the scene with Reggie was awesome. They made me really like Will's son, Armando, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. All right, Trevor.
I'm sorry.
Where's my spray bottle?
I didn't mean to do that. That was involuntary.
He was really good. It was just all around really good film. And I don't need a fifth one, but I'm not gonna say if I won't go if they make one.
See, here's my problem with that mindset. I never needed a third one. I was so good with leaving it off at 2 because I thought you can't top 2. Technically, in my opinion, they didn't top 2, 3. But 3 made it entertaining enough for me to accept that they made us wait, 12, 15 years to do that third movie. So for me, it was just the idea of make it good enough that I want to keep coming back. And that's what 3 did, and now that's what 4 did. Real quick, before I pass it to you, Trayvon, just answer a couple of DJV statements. 4 better than 1 and 2. Gonna have to see it then. That's high praise. Again, let me temper you. If you're going into 4 expecting it to be funnier than 1 and 2, no. If you're going into it to be a better movie, yes. Remember, that first one was your typical 90s movie, right? They weren't really focusing on the greatest story ever. They were just trying to put the 2 hottest names in Hollywood together and make a great buddy cop movie. Second one was along the same lines, right? So
more action.
You motherfuckers need Jesus.
Right. You motherfuckers need Jesus. I love that.
It was part 2 was just part 1 amped up, like on crack.
Yes, exactly. You brought in some more familiar faces. You heightened everything. Yeah, but 4 is legit a great story, not a good story. 3 is a good story. 4 is a great story. All the things you had to juggle in that movie, and everything landed. Not one thing did I go, oh brother, all right, here we go. Everything felt great. Yep. So for me, that's why it's better. So let me just be very clear. If you leave that theater, DJV, going, I didn't laugh more than 1 and 2. I'm telling you, don't look at it like that. Look at it for the story. Yeah,
you should definitely not go in there looking like that. Just enjoy it. Like, you don't have to. Why compare it? Like, if you have fun, are you counting the laughs from like beginning to end? Like, just go in there.
Well, no. I only said that, Joel, because he was alluding to me saying that 4 was better than 1 and 2. The only thing 1 and 2 had that was so strong was its humor. And I'm saying this movie didn't depend on the humor. This movie depended on the story. And you really just gave Martin and Will a chance. Like, this movie felt like you said, Will, Martin, you guys have been in the game for so long. Go act, right? Not go be funny. Go act. Go be the best version of you. And naturally, they're funny. Naturally, they're funny.
Shit.
Right. Naturally, they're funny. But they got in their acting bag on this one is what I'm trying to say. That's the only point I'm trying to convey here. They got in their acting bag. Yeah. In this one.
And also keep in mind, it's an action movie, so they're going to do some extreme shit, especially in this movie.
Right. They did some really extreme shit.
Yeah, there's some extreme shit.
Sure is. Trayvon, walk us through your thoughts on this movie.
I loved it. Give me a spinoff of Armando and Reggie. I will watch it. I love them.
A Reggie spinoff would be crazy. What, you gonna send them back to war?
I don't know,
What would
man.
this
Something.
spinoff
Figure it
be?
out. Somebody figure it out. I don't know.
If they do a 5, I want to see more Reggie and
Armando is easier to do if they.
Armando, yes, because he's on the run, so you definitely could do something with that.
Yeah.
I tell you what, you know, I'd be interested in Trayvon. I'd be interested in Reggie joining the team, joining Vanessa Hudgens and what's his name, joining that team. Yeah, I'd be interested in that. You know,
he did say he needed a job. Even though he's
maybe they'll consider it now since they saw him do that. Maybe
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, why not? Right? You keep telling them to get a job. All right, let them work where you work then.
Yeah. Yeah. I enjoyed the cast. Even the recast they had to do in here didn't bother me.
That stood out.
I loved her.
Real quick, I was like, yeah. I want to point this out because Joelle asked this. She was not recasted in 3. She was only recasted in 4. She was in 3.
Oh, wow.
So they had her for 1, 2, and 3, and then just decided to recast.
That's crazy. Did they ever give her a reason? Because I know it was jarring for me for a little bit. Because
it was jarring, but I love her. No, I didn't know it because I didn't care. Once I saw her, I said, "Yeah, bring her. He's good. I love her."
I think they went for more because remember, his wife didn't stand out, right? She was supposed to just kind of blend with everything. They went and got somebody that does have a more comedic background as far as acting, so that she fit better with what they were looking to do. Again, I kind of believe you stay with who got you there. But
yeah, I imagine it's some type of scheduling, or she just didn't want to do it. Because
I can't imagine she didn't want to do it. That's the easiest paycheck. She had like 3 lines.
I have no idea why. I'm surprised it never came up. So I'm like, why did she not come back? That was weird.
Because there's probably no drama behind it. Somebody
said she might have retired altogether or something. Somebody said she might have retired or something.
But we do know, Will do like to recast. we know that. So that could have been it. Will's name is a producer on this movie, not Martin. So I'm just saying. We have another Aunt Viv situation here. But
she hasn't been seen in Hollywood since 2010, and then she came back for 2020. And yeah, so I don't know.
Well, she must be doing very well for herself to not need Hollywood. So. Bravo.
Are you saying Martin is not a producer in the movie?
Is he? Because I only saw Will's name.
I don't see how he's not. How would you go this far and not be a producer?
I believe Will's production company is behind.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I don't think Martin doesn't have producing credits.
Again, if he does, my apologies. I definitively saw Will's name when it started showing producer. I did not see Martin's name. So if he does, my apologies. But I don't think Martin is producer of this.
Yeah, it just says Will Smith. Yeah, and it doesn't say.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah,
that's crazy to me.
It is. Yeah, but yeah.
We found out this week that it was Martin that had the role first, and he talked Will into coming into the suit to do the movie with him.
It makes sense because I was thinking about 1995. I was like, maybe
Martin was the biggest name in comedy.
So, yeah.
Well, one of the biggest names in comedy. You could argue the biggest name in comedy, but you got to remember, if they were looking at Martin first, it lets you know how they viewed Martin's impact on The Martin Show, Martin's impact on Def Comedy Jam, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was the peak of Martin at that time.
Right. But I will say this, though. Think about Martin's character as Marcus. It made sense. It was Will that probably originally was like, how do you make the Fresh Prince this suave, sex magnet kind of, like, how do you make him the badass? He curses all the time, because think about it. Will Smith, the rapper, don't curse, like all that. Fresh Prince, you don't think Mike Lowry when you think Will Smith at that time. So that might have been, maybe that was even in Will's head of like, that's not me, dog. And Martin's like,
that might be why they kept playing about that too. He was like, Mike Lowry, he kept making fun of it.
Right, exactly, right.
And maybe that's why they kept doing that. Yeah.
So for me, I mean, again, we don't know that definitively, but that does make sense to me because Martin essentially was playing who Martin was in Martin, now as a cop. It was Will that had to do the different thing. You know what I'm saying? Different than really anything he's ever done at that time. So I mean that makes sense to me. If that's what the case was, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what I was Will that was saying that Martin was the one that called him and talked to him into. It's like, hey, and he was saying like at the time they were the two biggest black comedic acts at the time on TV. If we can get together and do this, it'd be big. And it's like, I was like, all right, well, let me look at the script. He's like, no, don't worry about the script. We'll work on
it's a Michael Bay movie. We don't worry about scripts.
Just work with me, and we'll just let's make it work, and then we'll get to we'll fix the script. like at the time, I guess the script was worse. So
I mean, it's a Michael Bay movie. That makes all the sense.
Hey man, it was still a good movie to me. I know that
it was.
No. The movie was great, but I'm saying I could imagine somebody going, Michael Bay sent me a script. It wasn't great, but I'll do it. It's Michael Bay. I'll do it. But it's script, man. God damn. That man didn't try at all. There was no penmanship there. Good penmanship.
No penmanship.
But no, I mean, we can bring this up now, Trayvon. I think I have this here. Let me look through. Give me a second. You don't have to change that yet.
I don't.
I just want to see. No, not yet. You can keep it up because I think
I thought you wanted to bring the other thing up.
No, not yet. I first want to talk about this. So Will did say that Bad Boys 5 is already being discussed. Quote, we want to see how this one did at the box office, and I'm sure we'll have a conversation this week. Like I said, I'm game. I mean, didn't we have, how many Lethal Weapons did we have? 5? 4 or 5?
I don't watch the movies.
I don't understand how you don't watch Lethal Weapon. Those fuckers are
never watched any Lethal Weapon?
I might have seen it somewhere. I don't know, but
Lethal Weapon had me not looking forward to two things in life. Getting to an age where I could say I'm too old for this shit, and it gave me an irrational fear of taking a shit. Those are the two things that movie franchise. And it taught me how to put a dislocated shoulder back in. Just FYI to people listening, that is not how you put your shoulder back in at all. No matter what, do not do that.
But another buddy cop movie, Lethal Weapon, for sure.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon to me. I don't think you have Bad Boys if you don't have Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon, Beverly Hills Cop, like all those are.
I just think about this and Rush Hour is what I think about.
But he was by himself.
That's more current. That's newer. But you don't have that if you don't have your what is it? Tango? What is it, Joel?
Tango and Cash.
Yes. If you don't have those, if you don't have stuff like that, you don't have Bad Boys. You don't have Rush Hour.
Yeah,
that's true. I'm just saying, I just never watched those. So the thing I think of when I think buddy cop is this.
I can tell you, all of them have the same recipe.
Rush Hour.
It's comedy. It's comedy laced with action.
That's
all of them. Every single one of them.
Buddy cop is Rush Hour. Rush Hour series is fun too.
Yes, it was.
All right, well, goddamn, Trayvon, bring it up then. Bring it up. Goddamn, Joel. Before we move on, let's ask this question. Buddy, you can't find it?
There it is.
Oh, man, don't scare me like that. I'm like, I know I put it in there. What buddy cop franchise is your favorite? You can only pick one.
Rush Hour.
If it's something that's not here, you can name it. If it's not here, you can name it.
It's just Bad Boys and Rush Hour here.
I was just gonna do these two because they're the most recent. They're the most recent. A lot of our audience, 100% knows both of these franchises. Okay. But if you personally have a favorite that's not here, please mention it and we'll talk about it. For me, I'm gonna say, if I'm going just off of these two, right? If I'm going just off of these two, it's Bad Boys, only because Rush Hour 1 and 2 were phenomenal. 3 was such a killer to that franchise. In my opinion, my own opinion, it was just so not good. It was just so not good. I never left any of these Bad Boys movies and thought they weren't good. I thought maybe one of them didn't live up to the other 3, but I didn't think it was bad. I just thought it was bad in comparison to the others. But Rush Hour 3, I just thought was bad, just bad. Like not even comparing it to anything, it was just bad. It kind of felt like they were kind of just going along with it. Like no one really wanted to be there. They didn't have the same. I don't know. They had the chemistry, but it didn't feel the same. I really do think, Joel, that movie killed my laughter. I remember me and my dad, like an early showing of that. We were in the back, and I swear to God, we laughed maybe 3 times. It was just not funny. It wasn't good. But if I'm going all time, it's Lethal Weapon. It'll always be Lethal Weapon. It will always, always, always be Lethal Weapon. Mel Gibson, Danny, that's my guys. That's my guys. But if between these two, Bad Boys. It's just more consistent. Doesn't skip a beat. I think overall, phenomenal. Rush Hour 3.
I'm sorry, you ain't gonna dismiss you, me, him. You remember that? I'm sorry.
Was that in Rush Hour 3?
Yes, that shit was.
Oh
oof.
no,
That
no.
shit was hilarious.
No, that did not hit me the same.
That shit was funny.
That did not hit me the same. All right, Trayvon, I'll start with you then. You can either pick out of these two, or if you have a favorite that's outside of these two.
I'm about to look up buddy cop movies right quick because I can't think of any. Like honestly.
You can just go based off of these two. Which
Oh,
one of
Rush
these
Hour.
two is your favorite?
I'll pick Rush Hour.
You pick Rush Hour over Bad Boys?
I would.
Oh, okay. All right. No problem.
I would.
Yeah, that's it. You don't have to look up other ones, especially if you didn't see them. Don't look them up.
No, I'm trying to remember other ones. I can't think of it. Right in my mind, I can't.
Those are the most prominent ones. All the ones that we named are the most prominent ones. I don't really know of any any big ones that we didn't name. I don't know of any. I could be mistaken though. I don't really know.
Think of any
Big
other
ones. I think we named most of them. Well, at least
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Unless there's stuff like from before that, then it's like I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, you might depend on cash. Don't get much older than that.
That's what I'm saying. I tried to go as far back as I can remember. If it's something before that, then we don't need to worry about it. We're good. We're good.
I love buddy cop movies, obviously.
All right, so Trayvon went Rush Hour. Joel, what are you going with?
I said it when we started. Bad Boys has been my favorite since I was.
Oh, gotcha. I was surprised because I thought when you were fighting for other movies, I thought you were going to maybe say Lethal Weapon.
Exactly.
I love Lethal Weapon, but I like Bad Boys more. That resonated more with me. I guess because I love Martin and Wills as much.
It was more comedy. It was more comedy.
And they're funny.
More action.
They're much funnier.
Yeah.
But not to say I didn't like the Lethal Weapon with it too. But and I love Rush Hour. Rush Hour movies are fun too. But yeah, I do think the Bad Boy films are. I prefer the Bad Boy movies. They're my favorite.
All right.
Bad Boy all time.
Much respect to that. All right, so we move on from Bad Boys to just The Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Los gentlemen.
The showrunner of The Boys tells us that season. No, it definitely wasn't canceled. Season 5, even though Trayvon, let me just say this before I read this quote. First thing I thought was it was canceled. They were just waiting to say it was canceled till premiere week, right?
Mm-hmm.
To kind of really drive in shit. We need to watch this, because there's only 2 seasons left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because I remember, and I know I don't have this misquoted. I remember not even a year ago did this man say we have endless stories to do with The Boys.
He was saying that a couple weeks ago.
Okay, then it was a couple weeks ago. Thank you. So it definitely wasn't. It wasn't more than a year ago. So for me, he said he was saying that to kind of fan the fire. Maybe he was. Maybe he was. But my confusion about that is, why not just cater your answer to just say, we take it a season at a time. We take it a season at a time. Right now we're focusing on season 4 being great, delivering it to the fans, making it the best season ever. People might, speculate, but there's nothing concrete to go off of. But when you come out and say, we can do like 10 seasons, 11 seasons, and then you tell us it stops after next season, it's like, did you run out of shit? Like, did you run out of shit? Or did you maybe say, instead of doing it for The Boys, let's do it for a spinoff? Like, I was confused by that.
See, everybody's saying that because it's Supernatural. That's why. Everybody's just thinking, how long Supernatural with 15 seasons or whatever it was.
But he did allude to he had more seasons. Yeah, he alluded to the fact that he had more seasons in him. And it was like, oh, okay, cool. I always thought this was a story that did not need to live that long. You know what I'm saying? So I was fine if he said it was only 4 seasons. But then when he hyped it up, I'm like, well, shit, if you got more stuff. And then Gen V came out, so I'm like, oh, shit, that's like an extra layer to keep going, right? So, but if all he has is 5, I'm not arguing that. That's fine. I'm just saying, what the fuck were you smoking a couple weeks ago? You were hyping doing more seasons. But anyway,
I think we
Eric
said that
says,
they came along. They were like,
Eric says, the future of the Boys universe. The Boys story ends in season 5 and will not continue. They are planning to keep making Gen V. Excuse me, and they are looking to develop a couple other shows in the universe. I wonder if we see characters from The Boys get a spinoff. So yes, technically the storyline of The Boys is done. But you might who I'd like to see get their own show? I'd like to see Frenchie and Kimiko get their own show. I would love to see them have their own show. For me, I think that could be a lot of fun, especially with all the cool things they did with them last year, doing that musical scene and everything, and just really having fun with those two. But for me, I'm cool with this. I want this universe to continue. So whether it's with The Boys, Gen V, or a spinoff, I'm game. I'm okay with it. Trayvon, how do you feel about this news from Eric?
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, if he's getting his choice to end it, and he's ready for it and prepared and all that, it's not a surprise. I hate when they do that. So at least they're telling them. We know it's going to end season 5, so I'm sure they're planning it out really well. And this show has been great and crazy and gory,
yes,
as from the start, literally. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with this, what they do with these next 2 seasons. I'm excited. I want to see Gen V, but I know that got to be hard for them to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. I love this universe that they made. So
it's a great universe that they built. So now it's just about seeing how they can keep expanding, right, without it just getting stale. Joel, how do you feel about this news from Eric?
I was a little disappointed because he seemed like he was gonna go farther, but I also felt like he didn't think he'd get this far. So the fact that he's it's not technically over. The main show's over, but we still have Jeopardy, and he says he has other ideas. So the world isn't going away. It's just the main show is over. And I'm fine with that. Like it to me, it kind of felt like it was coming to a close. So I think they went further than he was expecting, and I think he's just happy that he got to tell the story he wanted to tell. And obviously they have ideas, other ideas they want to explore. So I'm very curious what those ideas are, who they spin off from, and I expect to see these characters again in some light, even if it's not every episode in the main boys storyline. So I'm happy the world still exists. It's a fun universe, though. It's a dark side of the superheroes, not the side I normally tend to gravitate towards, but it's still a nice counter television to what I'm used to.
Yeah, it very much has a South Park approach to where you watch it, and you're just like, there's no way they'll keep putting this on television. And you're like, 5 seasons?
Very extreme.
5 more than I thought they would allow.
And I love what they've done with the Gen V, so I trust them.
Yeah, I definitely thought. I definitely didn't think the sky was the limit. That episode where someone came out of the dude's pee hole, and I was just like, yeah, they might have to cancel this show, bro. This shit is crazy. And it's like, oh, they're making more. Oh, okay. Well, Amazon is like, bring it on. They love this shit. So God bless them.
Well,
God bless them.
It is popular.
It is very popular. It's so crazy because these niche projects are what's making Amazon's IP so strong. That by the time they bring in actual IPs like Lord of the Rings, God of War, stuff like that, it's like it might put them in a stratosphere of their own. You know what I'm saying? It's like if they could do great with this offshoot shit, Invincible, The Boys, Gen V, stuff like that, it's like Lord of the Rings Season 1, in my opinion, did great. Set the tone. It was a great table setter. Season 2 is about to get fucking insane. And I'm like, I can't wait to see what God of War looks like here. Can't wait to see that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
All right, let's move on to our next topic. We're talking some Creature Commandos. James Gunn did let us know that Creature Commandos will be in December. I personally don't like that. It's been done. Why the fuck can I have it now? It's been done. It's been done for almost a year now.
Apparently, he just finished finally watching the whole first episode.
Oh, fuck him. I want to say the same thing. I want to say I just finished the first fucking episode.
Well,
Until goddamn December.
Yeah, because they were animating whatever the fuck they were doing.
Yeah, no, that's my only issue. That's my only issue. It felt like Creature Commandos was done a year ago. It felt like. So it's like, why am I waiting to the end of this year?
Ago. So I guess at the end of the animation probably took a while.
Oh, that's true. I mean, it is curious. Will they look like this in the show? Is this their animation style that they're using? That's the question.
Where did we get this picture from? Where is it?
This is James. Picture. James put this out.
That was during the first announcement.
Right.
So then you saw a picture of them on a sweater, and they look.
No. This isn't from the comics. This is drawn, but this doesn't mean that this is what the cartoon's animation style will look like.
Hold on.
I feel like it needs to.
I mean, I'm game. I just want to know what can I expect for animation.
I will show you what they looked like. Remember, you saw some of the cast wearing the Creature Commando sweaters.
Yeah,
they look a little different in those sweaters.
Right. That's why I was telling Trayvon. This is just artwork. This isn't from like an episode. This is just artwork.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, I'll see if I pull up the sweater. There it is. Wow, this is pretty clear.
You only get clear shit, Joel. You don't know how to get unclear shit.
I don't like it. Why would you want to give me something I can't see?
There you go.
There you go. That's the sweater the some of the cast. The Superman cast were wearing.
Okay, I like this. Hold on. Let's see if I can get this up here.
So again,
it does still pose the question.
I want to see a trailer at least, Give me a trailer.
It does still for me pose the question: what is James going to do? Is animation style going to change per project, or will it be one animation style throughout? I'm very curious, and it begins here. It begins with this. So again, this is a better look of what they look like in the show, but it doesn't give me a concept of their animation style, like how they're going to go about utilizing their movements and whatnot.
Yeah, we don't know how to look yet.
Right, but it does give you a clear image of what to expect. Like, they're not going to look drastically different than that. It's just, are they going to be 3D? They're going to be 2D? That's going to be the question. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing. Because we know when they do the DC animated movies, they're all structured the same. No movie looks different than the other. They all look the same style.
This week, I think we got the dates for everything that's coming out for DC. Well, not dates,
sure did.
Months.
No, we got the months. Yeah, we got the months. We're gonna go over the other ones too. I'm very much looking forward to it because it's our first piece of the new DC universe. So
this is
why I'm like, I hate waiting.
Well, I like that it's at the end of the year. They made you wait. You know why? Because like the DCU, we know it really starts next year with Superman the movie. So now you have
live action wise.
Your first taste will actually be Creature Commandos, right. Animation wise, which will be on Max and at the end of the year, which is why I didn't expect it to be all the way at the end, but here we are. But as you just said, we have other DC properties to look forward to starting in August.
But this will be canon
in August.
Yeah.
What's in August?
Batman.
Penguin.
What?
The Caped Crusade.
Got you.
I think you're talking about Penguin.
I thought he was talking about Penguin too, and I'm like, no, that's September, buddy. Like, I don't know what you're talking. Okay, I got you. Yes, but I mean,
but that is not canon.
Right, it's not canon.
What are we talking about?
Batman.
No, he's saying Batman and Caped Crusader
only Creature Commandos is canon. Yeah, only Creature Command. Batman is like Superman. My Adventure Superman. It's like its own thing.
Trayvon, you excited for this?
I'm excited to see what this is gonna be. I don't know anything about this group or
nobody.
Are you started that this at least sparks the new era?
Sure, but I love live action more than anything. So
You'll be getting it right around the corner. Right around the corner from when this comes
is your
out.
taste.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see what they're going to do with
They
it.
also announced that some of these characters may show up in Superman. So
they definitively told you Frank Grillo will be in Peacemaker.
That's right.
I'm really curious to see
Frank
how
Grillo
they do
told
that.
you that he'll be Peacemaker. Go ahead,
yeah, we know for a fact Frank Grillo's Rick Flag Sr. will be in Peacemaker season 2.
Yeah, I'm just excited for it to get started. I'm excited to see because there was a big claim of saying these people will play the same character in each thing, like
each iteration,
game,
right.
Yes.
Animation, live action.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see that. I want to see somebody do that and see how that all works.
It's never been done before.
That'll be fun.
So, yep.
This is the first one. Well, the first domino will be Frank Grillo as Rick Flag.
Yep.
Seems, at least it looks to me, because we still don't know when Peacemaker season 2 comes out, because right now they're filming it.
If I had to guess, Joel, I'm saying next July or August. It gives time for Superman
next
to
July.
breathe.
That's Superman.
Well, Superman comes out in July.
Oh shit! Why did I think Superman was in March?
Well, Superman
Did they start filming this year in March?
Maybe.
And that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so it's in
I'm
July.
thinking Peacemaker would be spring. That's what I think.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. I mean, it depends. If they finish before the end of this year, it could be top of the new year, Marchish.
Yeah,
March,
I mean they're in the middle of filming now, so probably.
Yeah. So it could. I don't see them making us wait all that long for it. Mainly because you assume Superman will have the summer on lock, right? So then you're you don't want it on the outside of it. Why not put it in the inside of it, right? Sandwich it in between Creature Commandos and Superman. So that way everyone's really getting a full taste of the DCU back to back to back. That's my opinion. What he does, who fucking knows? Joel, I know you're excited for this.
I am. I like supernatural characters. So this is different than like Justice League Dark. This is a little more.
That's what these are going to be?
No.
No. He's saying it's different than Justice
League. They are normally a supernatural group.
Oh, okay.
Like there's usually like a werewolf and a vampire and blah 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 blah, blah like a Gorgon, which is like.
And so you guys know, Joel wasn't kidding there. That's an actual character. Whoa. That's an actual character in the DC universe. So.
Yeah, he's a mummy, and he's a living mummy.
He's Tom Cruise's mummy. That's his name.
But like in the actual character, like a lot of these characters are not in the actual Creature Commando team. I like the newer team had Frank, or the Frankenstein's monster, and the Bride, and I forgot her name. The fish woman over here, Nina Mazursky. That's her name.
Oh,
she looks like Abe from Hellboy. If you guys remember Abe.
Yeah, sure do.
That's basically what she is. She's like Abe Sapien. And then you have Weasel. You guys know Weasel. I guess they took out any type of werewolf and they just gave you a were-weasel. Weasel instead. Weasel is back. GI Robot, I'm sorry, is not normally part of the Creature Commandos, but why not add the fucking robot soldier? Makes sense, I guess.
Wait, which one is that?
GI Robot.
The green one.
All the way to the right.
Oh, okay.
Rick Flag Sr., I'm assuming, has the same role that Rick Flag Jr. normally has with Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
The point man.
Right.
Dr. Phosphorus is definitely not a character that's normally associated with the Creature Commandos. He is normally actually just a Batman villain, and a low tier one who kind of looks like a lot like the bad guy from Batman Beyond. And I'm assuming that's where the comparisons come from. At least I believe that character is based off Phosphorus. So, but here we are. I mean, this is an eclectic group. I'm very excited because I always say that Frankenstein was like DC's Hellboy, so it's my chance to see it. And now we know who's going to be playing him. It's
Hellboy.
Yeah, David Harbour. Crazy enough, it's Hellboy that's going to be playing him.
He was like, if you bitches won't watch me be Hellboy, I'll be a form of Hellboy. Yeah, you're going to get me as Hellboy somehow.
That's kind of how I imagine. When I explain who Frankenstein is, I mean, it's basically like DC's Hellboy. That's what he is. Okay. So now you know.
We can look forward to this in December, coming out on Max. It will premiere on Max. All right, the next DC show we got a month for is The Penguin premieres on Max in September.
Sure.
I'm very interested because there was a possibility that was out there that we could see Batman in this. I wonder if it's reused footage or if we can see Batman again before we see him in his sequel that comes out in 6 years from now.
Oh, not you saying 6 years now?
You know what it is, Trayvon? I hated when they moved it from next year to the year after. I hated it. Too much time without Batman makes me a very angry boy. Very angry boy. I need Batman. I need my fix. But if I see him just peek his head in this, that's enough for me. Even if it's reused footage, I don't give a fuck. I'll pretend it's new. I just need Batman, man. It's too much. I have to get a whole fucking Superman movie before Batman. Well, you're going crazy.
Get Power Rangers. Well.
That's true. It could be worse. You can be the Power Rangers right now.
I guess so. I guess so. It's been around as long as Batman. I get it. It's your Batman, Trayvon.
About to say not nearly as long.
Not nearly as long, but too long. We'll say that. It's been around since what? 89?
What?
Power Rangers.
89? No. Mid-90s.
Yeah. Wasn't it done in Japan before it came over here?
But they weren't the Power Rangers. They were like...
Was it not the same footage?
It's the footage, but they weren't the Power Rangers.
It was fucking Power Rangers. I don't give a damn if they recycled it and tell me it's not Sprite. It's
not Power Rangers.
It's the same fucking thing.
Not the same thing. Have you ever watched what the Japanese version looks like?
If you're telling me that it's the same thing I saw in Power Rangers,
then
I don't need to.
Super Sentai started in 1975.
There you go. Even worse.
That is not the same. And it's
even
still not
worse.
Close to Batman. Batman.
No. I'm saying it's even worse than what I originally thought Power Rangers was around from. That's even worse.
Well,
I thought it was closer
Power Rangers started in 1993.
Super Sentai has been around a long time, but
Power Rangers started in 1993.
Yeah. Year I was born. Crazy.
Okay. You were as old as the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Insane. Fucking disgusting. Anyway, DJV, yes, I will say this makeup crew is some of the best in the game.
That's phenomenal. When we first saw him like that, I was like, wow.
No, I remember the conversation was because we kept hearing Colin Farrell was casted in a movie.
Yes.
We kept going, we don't see him in the trailer. And everyone was just like, yeah, you do. He's Penguin. It's like, get the fuck out of here. It's like, no, he's not. So yeah, he's Penguin. It's like,
well, remember when he first got casted and we thought he was gonna be like a pretty penguin? Like a skinny,
thought he'd be a pretty penguin, skinny,
emperor penguin,
like an attractive ass.
No, that's different than
no. He came out. It was just like
he was physically. Look at this. He looked like the penguin version of Tony Soprano.
And what I love most about Colin Farrell's dedication to this role, he sounds nothing like Colin Farrell. Nothing. You can close your eyes, and that's not Colin Farrell ever.
This pretty motherfucker decided to let them put makeup on his face.
He wanted to reverse Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, he really did.
He said, "Make me ugly." Do it.
Hey, he looked phenomenal on Fantastic Beasts. So.
You said.
He looked amazing in Fantastic Beasts.
Sure as hell was. I think we mean that differently, but it sure as hell was. I'm excited. I need a full trailer. I feel like we got a tease trailer. I want a full trailer.
I do want more.
I'm just so I can get a better sense. And I want to know. I'm sorry. I know, Matt. You guys might want to hide this until the actual show premieres. I want to know if we will see any of his rivals as recognizable people. I want Black Mask. I want not Toymaker. What's his name?
I mean, that's what it's all about, right? It's about him controlling the town, right? So
yeah, but it doesn't mean we'll get gangsters that are recognizable.
We definitely gotta get somebody.
We would hope, but who knows?
I mean, there's a lot of people.
I'm not. But I'm saying we don't have anyone confirmed as a big name. Is what I'm saying.
No, we don't know. Yeah, they've literally only characters that we know are in it, aside from Penguin, are Sophia and Alberto Falcone and Sal Maroni. That's the only characters that we know. Everyone else,
So-
we don't know who they're playing. I have no idea.
I'm hoping that means this show is riddled with people we recognize. That's all I can ask for. That's all I can ask
Characters. Because there'll be plenty of actors we recognize.
No. Characters we recognize. Yeah, characters. So we're all excited for this series to come out, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I you know what's funny? I never thought Penguin series, the Joker movie, and I'm here like
Loki series.
At least this is connected to a Batman. Let's look at it that way.
That is true.
I mean, my thing is, I just like we have a year with no Batman. It's just we have a Joker movie and a Penguin series. Now, at least the Penguin is connected to a Batman movie.
It's I put it in the same group you're putting it in. It's weird.
It's weird.
Very weird.
Weird.
Because all the energy you put into this shit, I could have just had a Batman sequel right here. right here. right here.
I mean, the fact that they let him spin off, and I want to do a Penguin series. Really? Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, man restored the feeling for Batman.
They were a little desperate over there. They were a little desperate over there. So they're like, let's get whatever.
They're desperate over there. Watch your goddamn mouth.
They were probably
desperate. I'm talking about Warner Brothers in general. Yeah,
I know you're talking about Warner Brothers in general. Watch your goddamn mouth.
Oh, please.
They're about to give me 2 sets of Batman.
Yeah, 6 years.
That's one more than I needed. It does that 6 years, 8 years, 10 years. I'm getting it. That's all I can ever.
I'm so happy for you.
I appreciate it, Warner Brothers.
While I'm over here crying.
I don't know what to tell you, dog. I told you. Call Amazon. Tell them to buy Power Rangers. I don't know what you want from me, dog. I don't know what you want from me. Tell them to buy Power Rangers. That's all I can tell you. Tell them to buy Power Rangers.
We'll find somebody. Hopefully someone more reliable at this point.
It should be Amazon. I don't know many more reliable right now than Amazon.
I mean, if they want it, if Amazon has to want it.
I don't see why they wouldn't. It's a massive IP that could be a game changer. Marvel's Thunderbolts has wrapped filming. It will be released next year, May 2nd. I know very little about this movie. Part of me wants to keep it that way. Part of me wants to know everything about this movie. So I will both be ignoring and looking for all scoops about this.
I was honestly looking for which picture you wanted for this. I see it now.
You see it? Okay, I was about to say.
I got her.
So I'm very excited for this movie, mainly because it just sounds exhausting. You're putting Sentry in this movie. Once you told me that, I was just like, part of me is already going to hate it. Because they are not going to do my boy justice. They're just not. They're not. I don't even know the guy that they casted for him.
I just don't even like the character, so fucking him. Kill him. For all you care, I'll be happy.
I know. My dream, Trayvon. Listen to me, Trayvon.
Why you don't like him? Don't he fly?
Because he's OP. No, because he's OP. And Joel complains about people that want to be stronger than everyone. I don't like. But he likes Goku.
I love Goku, but that world is full of OP characters.
Oh, only for Goku to get even more OP each time.
Well, I'm not saying I like that. I'm just saying he's just my favorite character.
Anyway, Trayvon, my dream. There's not many things I know piss Joel off. My dream is to get Hyperion in the MCU. He is as OP. Not as OP as Sentry, but he's very much OP. I want
Sentry, just the word of mouth is OP. Just because he's like, I'm like, Jesus Christ, they made him.
For anyone that does not know the Sentry character, all I can really tell you is he's Marvel's Goku. That's really all I can tell you. Sentry is very much Marvel's
Superman that they just wanted to amp up because they have to. They have like 4 Superman clones, and this one they're like, he's the power of 1,000 suns. What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean?
Was he powerful in Captain Marvel? She just ignited a sun.
I'm sure
light years.
He's no
light years. Narratively, Trayvon, narratively, obviously, because we haven't seen his live action incarnation in the MCU, but narratively, comic book wise, yes, he's dusting. Think of any Avenger.
Love him. They won't have a problem with him.
Think about any Avenger you have in the MCU. Sentry's dusting. Anyone in the MCU, any hero in the MCU. But so I can tell you, people would have an issue. People would have an issue with Sentry the way they have an issue with Captain Marvel, mainly because not a lot of people know Sentry. Sentry is one of those OP characters that is very much fallen by the wayside. Because there's not much you can do with him. He's so OP. What are you gonna do with him, right? Making comics for Sentry, I have to imagine, is like making seasons of One Punch Man. After a while, you're just like, what are we doing? Like, just make someone else. Just do something else. There's nothing else we can do. But yeah, part of me is very excited for this movie. The people you're putting together, great. Power of 1,000 Suns, Joel, LOL. How can you hate Sentry? First of all, let me just say this, DJV. You're the only person I know that separates J-O and then capitalizes the E next to the L. I love it because I've never seen that done before. You keep making Joel part of the Superman tree. It's what you keep trying to do with that.
It just makes it easier for people to pronounce my name, so I do it.
You're part of the Kryptonian history. It's Joel. Kal-El.
My psychologist in college used to do the same thing, and he loved it. I was like, oh, it's not actually that, but fuck it. If it makes you feel better and you say my name right, we'll do that.
It's hilarious to me. I have to imagine in DJV's head, that's the only way he can say Joel. It's separating it. He's like, okay.
It's not hard, guys.
Joel. There we go. Not Joel. Joel. Got it.
Joel,
what's your excitement level for Thunderbolts?
I'm excited. I also don't know much. I have no idea. This is also a very eclectic version of the Thunderbolts. I've known many different versions. This looks like none of them.
Wasn't one of them led by Norman?
Yeah, one of them was led by Norman. Yeah, that was right after Civil War, I think, or during Civil War actually. It was a weird group, very weird. That was more villain based. They're mostly villain based. Well, they started off as heroes, villains pretending to be heroes, and then they kind of liked it. And then Zemo's like, "What the fuck? We're supposed to be lying." And so he's like, "Well," then he turned on them, and like it's all. And then they're like, "No, we like this shit." And then that happened, and then it turned into like Norman recruiting villains to like work on the like undercover for him, and then they became fucking the Dark Avengers, and then it became like an anti-hero team with Red Hulk in charge and Punisher and them, and that was a really cool group, but that didn't last very long. And then, yeah, it's been a lot of weird things since then. And there was a point where Kingpin was using the Thunderbolts as like his guards, like security. It was weird. They were working super security type of shit. It was weird. They use Thunderbolts always randomly, and this version has never been a thing. Now, I think the new Thunderbolts is because they know the movie's coming, started including characters like Red Guardian's in it and Bucky's in it and shit like that. Now, that's only because the movie's coming, and they're like, well, we got to get in there and show people that these characters exist in the comics too. But I honestly don't know where they're going with it. Sound like we know, like you just said, with Sentry's in the movie, and I don't know how they're gonna they have to water him down, obviously. So I'm just curious how powerful they make him.
It's funny because from the outside looking in, do you know what this script sounds like, Joel? It sounds exactly like what Gavin O'Connor was going to do with Suicide Squad, where they were going to go try to take Black Adam's tomb, right? And it's like Black Adam versus Suicide Squad. Like, how do you even do that? Like how do you do that and he not just snap and they're all dead, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you look at this and you're like, I'm only okay with them powering Sentry way down if I never see Sentry again. I don't want to regularly see Sentry and he's this powered down. And when I say this powered down, I'm saying that as someone that believes he will be drastically powered down. So for me, I want him as a one-off. Use him as a one-off, and then we move on.
If he's as powerful as Icarus, I'm fine with it. But that's as far as I'm willing to go.
I don't know, because then, like, for me, it becomes annoying because it's like we want Icarus back. We've already talked about this. All of us want Icarus back. I don't need Icarus and Sentry. I don't need both. I don't need two of them.
If we get Icarus back, he probably won't even be on Earth. So
no, but I'm saying if we get him back in any manifestation, whether he's on Earth, not on Earth, if he's back,
that's my problem.
Need two of them.
That's my problem with the Superman clones in general. There's so many of them, and the fact that after watching Eternals, they added a fifth one. I'm like, I never even thought of Icarus as a Superman clone until I watched that movie.
And then he looked exactly like Superman. You're like, fuck.
You're like, wow, they really nailed
shit.
So like, there's like a couple. So you got Sentry, you got Hyperion, now you got Icarus. You have Blue Marvel, and you got fucking Gladiator. They're all Superman clones. They're all clones. They all do the same thing.
BJV, let me be very clear. We have not the slightest idea. We have no idea.
Maybe you get both. Maybe it starts as the Sentry and then the villain is the Void. Who knows? Because obviously the Void is the evil Sentry. Right. So imagine the evil version of this motherfucker. How you stop that? Like,
you can't even stop the good guy. Yeah. It's like, how do you stop the bad guy? I don't know. Trayvon, Sentry sounds like he's right up your alley. Are you excited for this at all?
I'm just excited to see Bucky again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are.
Was that period? Was that a period?
That's it.
All right, then we move on. Okay, all right. You're just excited for Bucky. Okay, I thought you liked Yelena, but all right.
I do, but
she's more or less.
But I like Bucky more.
Yelena's the lead.
I get why you like Bucky more. I'm saying I thought you also would like to see Yelena because you left at Bucky.
I keep seeing, I see her. She's right here. You see her. Yeah. So now I want to see Bucky.
You'll see.
There's a lot of set photos of Bucky, by the way, if you've not seen.
Well, I haven't seen them, so
okay. I can point you in that direction. It's a lot of set photos of Bucky.
Cool.
It looks like he. I think it looks like he has the same arm. I don't think they updated it at all. I think it looks like he has
I don't think so either.
It does in one of them. It looks like. I will say this: it does look like in one of the set photos he has long hair again. That was confusing. So I'm like, is that a flashback? I don't know.
Either way, it's fine.
It could grow it back. That's not a big stretch.
No, it's,
we don't know
it's not. But this has been his look for a while now. So I'm like,
but if he wants to go hair again, that's not a big deal.
Yeah, I know it's not. I'm just saying, is it updated or is it a flashback? We do a lot of Bucky flashbacks. So I'm like, I don't know.
I have no idea if they're doing flashbacks.
What I don't understand, them saying he's not in the Captain America movie, which doesn't make sense. I was like, okay.
Why doesn't that make sense?
Because they're best friends.
Yes, but if you have Bucky in it, why do you then need Joaquin?
You have both, technically.
No, the fuck you get what?
Why? They were all in the show. What you mean?
Yeah.
No, Joaquin was very much just your in military wise. He was not. He wasn't a superhero. He's becoming a superhero on this.
No, I'm just saying like the fact that you guys were on the boat together, vicinity, y'all all together all the time.
No,
all of a sudden in your movie, he's not there. Why?
Because the show ended with them parting ways. Bucky went and lived his life, and Sam went to go keep on being Captain America.
Or the end of the movie was them on the boat.
The end of the show?
Together. Yeah, the show.
Didn't the show end with Bucky having the date with the girl and them talking about her dad?
That was one of the end. I don't remember exactly how it
ended. I thought the ending was them on the boat, like celebrating, like happy, and him flirting with
that also
Sam's sister.
That definitely happened. I just don't remember that being the end because I remember it being Bucky kind of just finally being able to let go of the Winter Soldier. Like the Winter Soldier is gone.
That's more my question, not like why Bucky's done Captain America. I mean, if they wanted to keep him out, leave him out. I don't give a shit. Like he was busy doing Thunderbolts, obviously. So
I mean, I would be more agreeant with you, Trayvon, if he wasn't in something else, because then it's like, are you just forgetting about this character?
At least he's going to be in a movie the same year as that same movie, so it could happen at the same time, and that would explain his absence.
I'm just saying it's not as much of a necessity for him to be in there. That's what I'm saying.
But I understand questioning it because Bucky is a big part of the Captain America heroes, so it makes sense, and that's one of the.
I get it, but to me, I kind of feel like at some point you want Sam to get his Bucky, right? And that's Joaquin. Let him have his guy. Yeah, so for me, it's like you don't always need to have Bucky kind of lingering around.
I just hope Bucky is now just not the Winter Soldier. I'm calling him Winter Soldier. I hope he finds a new.
Because the show did end by saying we will see the Winter Soldier again. And it's like, why the fuck would we do that? Wasn't the whole series about him retiring the Winter Soldier?
Yeah, right.
It's the weirdest thing.
At this point, it's like we don't know what else to call him. Just call him the Winter Soldier.
It wasn't retiring.
Here's the problem, though. They gave Bucky a new nickname and then just said, "Nah."
They can't call him that.
The White Wolf.
Why can't they call him White Wolf? What's wrong with that?
No, I don't like it.
You don't like White Wolf?
No.
So you rather them go backwards and him being Winter Soldier
He
again?
can reclaim the name of it and make it better. There you go. Winter
Soldier. Trayvon, I think you're forgetting the name Winter Soldier is synonymous with murder.
That's okay.
Murder.
I can fix him.
You don't recycle that name.
You can fix
it needs to be gone.
I can fix him.
It's like, hey guys, I do good things now. Only remember the good things. It's like that's not how that.
And I would be like, yes, I understand. You do good things now.
That's because yours is a physical attraction. You're not trying to make sense of anything.
Don't minimize my thought. It's okay.
You're absolutely right. You deserve to have those thoughts. You crazy person. Knives Out 3 is officially started filming and will officially star Mila Kunis,
everybody,
Josh Brolin, Glenn Close, Daniel Craig, Andrew Scott, Kaylee Spiney, Josh O'Connor, Jeremy Renner, Kerry Washington, Daryl McCormick, and Thomas Hayden Church.
Oh, Challenger Boys in it.
Huh. This is a great group. I love the first photo we get of Daniel Craig as LeBlanc. LeBlanc.
Sorry.
LeBlanc.
Benoit Blanc.
LeBlanc. Anyway, I'm very excited about this, mainly because you casted a shit ton of people who have either played a villainous role or who seem like they'd be great at a villainous role. This is the first time I've seen a Knives Out cast in these 3 movies that we've gotten so far that I've looked at, and I'm like, I couldn't pinpoint anyone. All these people could be murderers. You serious? One of them is Sandman. Like, one of them is Cruella. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it could be any of them. It could be any of them. One of them plays Meg on Family Guy. Anyone could be a killer here. Like, anyone. It literally is.
Who's that at the bottom left corner?
Bottom left corner?
Oh, that is.
Zoom.
Should I? Didn't you circle him? I don't know.
I thought you circled him when you were drooling.
I was looking at who it is. I'm trying to figure out who it is.
Oh, I thought you knew who that was.
No,
maybe it's Daryl McCormick.
That makes sense.
Let me find out.
It's the only one I don't recognize. So
he's like,
I'm gonna find out. Why'd you turn your radio voice on when you said
that? I'm looking it up.
Next thing you know, Trayvon got his address, date of birth. It's like, God damn.
Look at his
what did you do? Trayvon's like, I know it's astrology. Joel, how excited are you for this movie?
I'm psyched. I'm very psyched because I like the last 2. I love being a good whodunit, and Benoit Blanc is a really interesting. So I like it. I like it. You know, this hair is a little crazy, but over
it. We've already seen him on set with it's either Andrew or Josh. There's a set photo of him with one of them. I don't. You know what's so crazy is every time he does these Knives Out movies, are you noticing the cast gets bigger? Not bigger like more people, just names get bigger. The names get bigger per movie.
Yeah.
Like him getting Glenn Close and Kerry Washington. That's great. Would you say, Trayvon?
Everybody wants to be a piece of it. They say how great
you goddamn right.
It's like Knives Out.
It looks fun. It looks fun.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does. It looks free flowing too. Like there was a lot of the second movie that looks like was maybe off script. Like a lot of things felt off script. So they probably have a blast doing this. Trayvon, are you excited for this?
Yeah, very much so. And that is Daryl McCormick. But yeah, this is cool. I'm excited to see what they do with this. Like this could be a lot of. I mean, the other 2 have been. The first one was a surprise. How much I loved it. I mean, I usually love those type of movies anyway, but still, it was very, very good. And then the second was just as good or better. I don't know how you feel.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see this. Like, just keep going. Like, I love it. Keep going. Next one, bring Keke Palmer in. Keep it going.
That's very specific. Okay, yeah, bring Keke Palmer in. I'm down. I was gonna say Jenna Ortega. Let Jenna Ortega lead the next one.
Don't sleep.
I will say this though. I want him to keep going. When what's his name, the director, when he feels like maybe he's done, I'd love to see him have a new director for each movie. Like if Netflix is like, no, you got to continue these. I like to see him hand it off to somebody, and then that person hand it off. You know what I'm saying? Like see different people's approach to handling this. So he'd still be whether it's a writer, he'd definitely still be a producer.
Right.
But whether it's a writer, I just want to. I don't want to see this world stop. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't have a Sherlock Holmes right now. This is the best I got. So it's like don't take this from me. Keep
this is
doing
filling
this.
my void of me wanting that Clue movie. Oh, this is definitely.
That's fair. That's very fair. That's very fair. You know what's so crazy, Trayvon? No one's asked Ryan about that, like at all. No one's asked him. It's like people don't care about it. I'm like, that's what I'm saying. I wish I could just get that one question into him. Just that one question. I think it was supposed to be him and Jason Bateman doing it.
Look, I'd be like, look, I love Deadpool so much. Where that Clue movie at? like, what's going on? Don't talk about that unless you're gonna do it.
I don't know what cave Ryan has to get Jason Bateman out of. That motherfucker looks like a caveman. I don't know what the fuck role he's trying to be, but god damn. That man looks unrecognizable. I saw him at the Knicks game. I was just like, that's not Jason Bateman. That looks like someone playing as Jason Bateman. Like that. Man move 8 ounces of hair. And I'm like, oh shit, that's Jason Bateman. Okay, all right.
He looks like the caveman from the Geico.
He does.
Yes, I made all my money. Fuck this hair.
That man said, look, Netflix cut the biggest check. I'm done working. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just be a roamer. That's what he looks like. He just roams during the day. That's it. He has nowhere to go.
It looks like now he's voicing stuff, so now he's probably like chilling. Like,
there you go. He's like, I don't need to show my face. That's why I look like a monster.
He's
That's why I look like a fucking caveman. All right, let's move on. We did, thanks to Apple TV, get our first look at Severance Season 2. I've been desperately waiting for more news about this. It took goddamn SZA reaching out to Ben Stiller to get a first look at anything Severance. There was a little teaser, but it's so short it's not worth showing. Apparently it comes out this year. Ben Stiller was very adamant about that. Comes out this year. It's worth the wait for me. Not many shows are. It is very much worth the wait. So I cannot wait to see this. Joel, Trayvon, you guys watch Severance yet?
I have not.
You have to watch it, Trayvon. Speaking of a whodunit, it's not like a murder mystery, but it's a mystery. It's a mystery and a mindfuck. Is what that show is. It's a lot of mystery of what the fuck is happening here. Like, it's very confusing. And then it leaves one of the in my opinion, one of the all-time best cliffhangers for a season finale. I loved it. It was just like, holy shit.
I keep hearing how crazy Apple TV shows are.
Can I tell you this?
Promote this stuff. Like, it's crazy.
Let me tell you why they don't promote it. The show speaks for itself. I told you about that Colin Farrell show, Sugar. Fucking phenomenal. Defending Jacob.
Fucking insane.
Right? Did you see the twist?
Yeah, that was fucking crazy.
What was that, Joel?
I'm watching it. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Bro,
like,
I thought, we won't get into it too
way.
specifically, Joel, but I thought in that episode it was like an acid trip. I thought he took drugs. And then the next episode, you're like, whoa. What am I looking at?
I have one more episode left, but I'm like, what the fuck was that? That was crazy.
Okay, Joel, listen to me closely.
No.
You're not ready for that finale. Take your time on it. Ease your way into it. You're not ready for that finale, bro.
That one scene was like, what the? This whole show is nothing like what the whole show was one thing, and then it just flips, and then you're like,
okay, this is the best example I can give you guys without fully telling you what this show is. It leads you to believe it is a Batman show, only for it to become a Martian Manhunter show.
That's a big. If you know your comic books, that's huge spoiler.
But no, again, it's not a spoiler because you have to see how everything plays out. Just knowing it
gave it away.
Not really, because they don't know who. I didn't put any names to anything. They don't know who. But make sure you guys check that out. But no, Apple has been doing phenomenal with their kind of like murder mystery kinds of shows. Defending Jacob, I thought was criminally underrated. The fact that Chris Evans does not have an award on his fucking shelf is criminal.
Gut-wrenching. That was good.
That show was devastatingly good. I can tell you right now, Presumed Innocent with Jake Gyllenhaal. By the way, let me just say this. James Gunn, Please listen to me. If you make any other motherfucker Batman that's not Jake Gyllenhaal, I will never forgive you. That man is a prosecutor and his body looks like Batman. He's just staying ready. I've never seen an actor waste such a good body on an unnecessary role. The man is a prosecutor. It looks like he's Batman at night. Like he prosecutes during the day, and he's Batman at night. You said, yeah, it's a series. It's a series.
I mean,
it dropped its first 2 episodes yesterday.
Right,
that show is crazy.
I'll check it out.
And
you know who's in that show? Do you remember what's her name? Rooney from Preacher?
Yeah.
She plays his wife. She's in the show. I didn't know she was in the show. Yeah, she's in the show.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Cool, yeah. You know,
so it was good to see her. I haven't seen her in forever since Preacher. I haven't seen her in anything.
I sort of got. I don't know if I finished Preacher.
You know what's crazy? What? Preacher's probably the only show that I remember the beginning and nothing else.
I remember I got to a certain point. I'm like, did it end? Because I don't remember ending. I was very confused.
I don't remember that show. I don't remember. But I will say Apple's been doing phenomenal. The Silos comes back. AJ swears by that show. No, not the Silos. He swears by the other show. What's the other show where it's like science fiction?
Yeah, no. No.
I love how Joel said everything and nothing right there.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but I could not get into it. I was like,
I couldn't either. AJ was swearing by that show, and I'm like, I can't do it, man.
I watched it, man. He's good. Are you sure? Because it's a dredge.
They were comparing it to Star Wars, like the critics.
Yeah,
it's
like, very.
That's why. Yeah, I'm like, that's offensive.
I tried.
I did too. I did it for AJ because that's my guy. But I couldn't. Sorry. Love you, but I couldn't.
Foundation.
But yeah. Foundation. Thank you, Trayvon. But Apple is really killing it right now. They are really truly killing it.
Blackbird was good too.
What's Blackbird?
I meant to watch that because I saw clips of that and I was like, I should watch that because
of this clip. What's his name is in it?
Terry Edgerton.
Edgerton is in it, and
when he's in prison.
Yeah.
Yes. Show. Yeah. I know.
Fantastic show. Very good show.
Apple's been on. Like I said, Apple's been on.
Holland is good too. That was
Cherry.
Which one?
No.
The one with Amanda Seyfried.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good show.
Gotcha. No, Apple's been killing it lately, man. They like more grounded shows.
Don't sleep on the morning show.
Oh, the morning show. That's what it's being led by is the morning show. Now that Ted Lasso's gone, they're being led by the morning show. I think that's their probably second. I don't know. It's between the morning show and Severance that I think are like their second highest after.
Hijack season 2 is starting to film.
I hated the first season. I don't know
why. You hated it?
It was the stupidest fucking concept. It was the stupidest fucking concept. It could have been Die Hard, and it chose to be as stupid as it fucking was. Like, it was the stupidest shit. It was the worst.
I thought it was good.
My aunt loved it. God rest her soul. My aunt loved it. She would have loved the idea of a season 2. Me personally, no need to waste your money filming it. But Joel enjoyed it, so I really do hope that season 2 is better than season 1.
I hope it's more action packed, but it wasn't.
I mean, my anger was it had a chance to be Die Hard. It had a chance to be Die Hard.
It's not an action show. It's not an action.
That's its problem. That's its problem. It should have been.
He's really good at the character. I like the concept of the character, but he's not an action character. He's a talker.
That's the problem. All right. Real quick before we get into anything else, because we're not going to be here super long. I just wanted to go over a couple of quick things. I watched Hitman this weekend on Netflix. Glenn Powell, fucking phenomenal. Amazing. I mean, amazing. That movie's so good.
I haven't seen it, but I've been waiting to see clips to see if there's something in it that make me watch it. I haven't seen any clips yet. I heard people say they like it.
It gives you more of him than it does of her. So go watch it. There you go. You're welcome. Merry Christmas.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
Ooh, okay.
Audience, you don't need to know what that conversation was. Me and Trayvon had a full-length conversation in just a few words.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. But again, to the concept of the movie, it's a great movie. They did a great job. Soderbergh, I think, directed that movie. Did a great job.
Okay.
Did a really, really, really great job. And it's based off a true story. to a degree.
Mm.
To a
To a
degree.
degree.
To a degree. And can I say this? The trailer, for me, gave me no indication of what this movie truly was about.
Mm.
It threw me the fuck off. The moment I found out, I was just like,
Linklater.
I don't
was
hate
the
it.
director.
You said who?
Linklater was the director.
Why did I think
Richard
Soderbergh?
Linklater.
I don't know why I thought Soderbergh. But anyway, yeah, it definitely swerves from what the trailer kind of gives you the inclination it's about. And they did a great job. Glenn was masterful. Man.
He usually is.
Man. Why do I think you don't mean movie?
What?
I will say this: what Glenn did with that role, I only put it up there with what, not the same, but it's of that cloth of what what's his name did in that Shyamalan movie, Split. That's what I put it up there with.
Cool.
Yeah,
Good.
that's the kind of performance he gave for me.
Okay.
And I'll leave it at that. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did finish. What the fuck is it called, Joel? The Kid's a Deer. What the fuck is it called? Why am I blanking?
Yeah, no, it's on my to watch list. I haven't watched it yet.
But what's the show called? I'm blanking.
I forget.
The Kid's a Deer?
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. and his wife produced it. I can't think of it.
Yeah, god damn it, I can't remember the name of it.
Kid is a Deer produced.
You really don't know what we're talking about?
It sounds weird. I don't blame. It sounds
Sweet
crazy.
Sweet Tooth?
Yes,
Sweet Tooth, yes. Oh, DJV too. Thank you, DJV. Sweet Tooth, yes. I finished it. It very much felt like they had more to tell, but Netflix was like, wrap this shit up. That's what it felt like. I'm satisfied with it being over.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't anything great. It was okay. It was a complete ending, though. I will say that it didn't leave anything for speculate. It was a complete ending.
Well, that's good at least.
Let me think what else. That's really it. I just wanted to make sure I brought that up because those two things are relatively new out. And I don't know when we have the opening or if we care to talk about it in length, weeks later. So I just wanted to throw that in there real quick. All right, these we can kind of just go by and do rapid fire. Marvel's Wonder Man series will have 10 episodes. I thought that was interesting. 10 is not usually a number Marvel has been working with. It's usually 8. It's usually 8. So I'm very curious. Right.
They're like 6 hour, like hour long, or there's 9 half-hour.
Right. So I'm very curious what got them to the 10 episode mark.
Now that they're regular TV shows, maybe that's what it is.
That could be it. Yep. For me, my biggest question is, what is this about? That's my biggest question. What is this about? How do you make this narratively fit? Because where you could have made it fit, you didn't put it in there. You're now doing it after. So I'm very curious what we're getting with this Wonder Man. But Yaya is Wonder Man. So part of me is like, I'll accept it.
That's the most intriguing thing about this.
It sure is.
Enough of you, sir. Enough of you.
I just agreed.
I was going to start with you, but now I'll start with Joel.
I just agreed.
Why don't you take the picture down? You got it. Joel's like, fuck this. Joel, excitement level for this Wonder Man series.
I never liked Wonder Man as a character, ever. I always disliked this character.
I don't know who that was.
It's okay, I did. And I only reason I'm intrigued is because they made a little switch and made Yaya Wonder Man. So I'm like, okay. You spiced it up a little bit. Now I'm a little intrigued. Where are we going with this? Because the point of at least the point to me of having Wonder Man, even in the comics, is you've already gotten past that point. So it's like, if you're introducing this character now, I hope you have a good reason. So I look forward to seeing how they explain that, because a lot of times for this, it's not just, trust me, we got one handy.
We're working on it.
Yeah, we're trying to find a digital one.
Or hire someone to go to his house and just spray it.
We could, Like fuck him. Let's. So yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh no.
But yes, Wonder Man. I am looking forward just because I'm just curious how they explain this adaptation. I want to see this adaptation because it's an actor who gets powers. How they explain him getting his powers, his interactions with his brother, who we know, at least I know, is the Grim Reaper or Reaper or whatever the fuck.
And we know that the Grim Reaper is canon. Because he was like artwork or something in the WandaVision show.
Yeah, he was somewhat teased in WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, that exists. We'll see how. We know he's in it. They already casted Grim Reaper, and I want to know who else is in it. Obviously, takes place in Hollywood. He's a stuntman. I want to see the costume. I want to see everything. Like, if you're gonna give it to me full bore, and how they explain it is really the thing I'm intrigued by the most. Because again, a character never appealed to me, so I've been surprised before. So here we are.
Yeah, we literally watched the Loki series. So crazy.
I definitely didn't need that, but look how much I need.
Javon, where's your excitement level for the show? The show.
Anyway, so how Joel just explained all of that, that sounds interesting. You said the brother Grim Reaper and like all that stuff.
Well, Grim Reaper the villain, not Grim Reaper actual death.
No, I was about to say, Trayvon, you know the character. The character has like a scythe on his hand.
On his hand.
Yeah, like you've seen that character. That's who we're talking about.
Oh, okay. Well,
so you have a visual in your head.
Well, that's cool, and also it's Yaya, so that's enough for me.
Sure.
All right, period. Yeah. Hard to argue that. Different reasons again, but hard to argue. All right. We got this. Joel wanted to throw this in there. Peacemaker 2 castings.
Yes, there's 3 of them.
Tim Meadows, Langston Fleury, and
whoa. Tim Meadows is playing Langston Fleury.
Oh, sorry. Tim Meadows is playing Langston Fleury. Sol Rodriguez is playing Sasha Bordeaux. And David Denman is kept under wraps.
Yeah. So we don't know who
so
David
just
Denman.
so you know, Joel, in my notes, because I copy and paste everything into here, in my notes, it was categorized properly. But when you put it in here, it comes out just like that. So it reads as one long thing. It doesn't space it out properly. So, yeah, sorry about that. So Tim Meadows is returning. Is Langston
No,
Fleury.
he was not in the first season. Talking about.
Wait, Tim Meadows. Wait, am I going off that photo that James Gunn put out?
Yeah.
Wasn't he in season 1?
I don't remember him first. Was I wrong? I don't remember.
Can you put up the picture, Trayvon?
Quick question: wasn't Yaya in Watchmen?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Watchmen.
Absolutely want to see him in this. Yeah, I remember now.
He will not be nearly
okay. Let me think how I want to think.
You can just know he'll never be naked in that show.
Let me
it's a Marvel show, Trayvon. What are you expecting?
I don't know. You know what it is, Joel? The worst thing Marvel could do is show Thor's ass. Now Trayvon thinks it's impossible.
They get ready to have Saw on Disney Plus.
I'm pretty sure you'll get him shirtless at best.
Yeah, that's it. But you get all the heroes shirtless.
Yeah,
you see RDJ shirtless. At
shirtless is just part of the contract.
You said what?
Thor's ass is on Disney Plus.
That's why I said the worst thing Marvel could have done was show Thor's ass. Now you think it's possible everyone's ass can be shown.
It very much is.
I mean, look, that's always a possibility, but that took 4 movies to get that far.
And wait, Joel, look, Trayvon always complains about a certain narrative catering to certain people, right? Think about what we just said to him. We've seen men shirtless. We've seen a male ass. I ain't seen Scarlet Witch. I ain't seen Natasha Romanoff. You've been getting what you want.
You get everywhere else.
We did get that.
It's my time.
We did.
With who?
It's my time.
With Natasha.
When?
It's my time.
Like they showed her in like lingerie in the second movie when they were looking at the pictures. I remember that she was a model.
Man, Thor got full ass. I don't want to hear that.
Sure did.
Dress.
Okay, so let me apologize, Joel. That guy's name is not Tim Meadows in the back.
No,
Tim
that's
Meadows is a black dude.
Yes. You don't know Tim
That
Meadows?
was my problem. I know I'm not physically looking. I wasn't physically looking at the picture when we were just talking about it, so I forgot who was in the picture. My apologies.
Why would that be?
Economos is fucking me up being in this picture and then us reading names of new people. That's where I went wrong. That's my fault.
Oh, okay.
That's my fault.
I'm like, no, definitely not.
I do know Tim Meadows. I do.
I like this hoodie he got on too.
Yeah,
Nice.
come on, DJV. Trayvon always be getting the shit he want. He just don't get enough of it, so he feel like he need to complain. We don't get
Y'all
none
get
of
that on everything else. Let me get some of this stuff out here. Okay, let me have it.
I mean, they've
it.
been
You
giving
got
us a
it
lot
in the
more.
most random of universes to get it. So, you don't need to be begging for more.
Love
You
that
got
for
it
me.
in Watchmen, the weirdest place to get it. And you got it in a Thor movie.
Got a lot in Watchmen.
Remember, Watchmen will show you the ping
Same.
ping. You should know if the movie did, the comic did.
Joel, here's the problem. The movie at least gave us balance. Malin Ackerman gave us balance. The show didn't give us a fucking balance at all. At all. Okay?
Trayvon, look at him.
That's my problem. Look at Trayvon. He probably looking at it right now. You nasty motherfucker. Anyway, I'm excited for Peacemaker Season 2. Filming is underway. Apparently, James Gunn will direct 2 episodes, I believe.
Yeah.
How he does that while directing Superman, God bless his soul.
I think he did the first one already. They already announced that one of the directors that is directing for this season.
Right.
The biggest name of the new castings for me was Soul as Sacha Bordeaux, because that's an actual character from the comic. Langston Fuller, I don't believe, is a real character. Not that I know. He's playing an artist.
Tim Meadows is going to be awesome.
I know Tim Meadows, but I don't think he's playing an actual character. Now, Sol Rodriguez is playing a real character. Sacha Bordeaux is she's known for being on Checkmate, so that's interesting.
Interesting.
So I'm curious what role Sasha plays in this series. And David Denman apparently finally admitted that he got the role and is working out for it. So I'm like, he didn't have to work out if he was just
a regular guy.
So like
Economos don't work out.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure Steve Aggie didn't post any workout videos. So if David is working out and getting in shape, I wonder if it's for. Well, again, though, keeping that one secret for some reason. So I'm curious.
That is very interesting. I would say, Joel, I believe if you were able to sit in a writing room with James Gunn, you just cry. Your mind would be blown.
I would be fucking mind blown all day.
Every 5 minutes, Joel would just tap James and go, "You're doing that?"
Let me pick your brain, like real quick.
James would go, "All right, Joel, do me a favor for just this writing session part.
Do you want more coffee?
We'll bring you back to show you like filming.
I'll be the coffee guy. Let me just.
You're the coffee guy that stands in the back of the room instead of leaving. It's like,
that's it.
All right, okay, Joel, you can go now.
A pot, so I don't have to leave.
Trayvon, is this Tim Meadows? You know Tim, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited to see, whatever they do with this. I have my thoughts about Peacemaker in general. Like, I love the character. I love what they did with Tidy Whitey Man. But yeah, I had a great time.
Tidy Whitey Man.
And
that's his name, Peacemaker.
I know. I just wanted to say that.
I know. We're moving on, Trayvon. We're moving on. Because Joel definitely did not watch Adventure Time. He watches it somewhat now, but has not watched Adventure Time or Adventures of Gumball. I only brought up the one that stands out to me the most. A new regular show series is in the works. The show is entirely new, but will include some characters from the original series. I'm going to just say this. I don't need either one of these two. I need Mark Hamill to return as Skips. That's all I need. I don't need these two. These two have had their time in the sun. Mordecai and Rigby, we're good. Even though Mordecai and Rigby, to me, is like Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. Those two are the greatest fucking 1-2 punch Cartoon Network has ever had comedy-wise. They are amazing. I fucking love Mordecai and Rigby. They were so fucking modern and hip and hilarious. Love this show. And each episode is only 15 minutes. So it's never like you get tired of it. Right when you start to enjoy it, they're like, in credits. And you're like, what the fuck? Crazy. Crazy. Love this show. They had Donald Glover on there. They had Tyler, the Creator. They had so many people on this show. But what stands out to me the best is easily giving Mark Hamill a role in this show. And me not even recognizing that it's Mark Hamill for like 3 seasons. Like,
Wow.
I had to see a behind-the-scenes video of Mark Hamill doing the voice for me to go, no fucking way.
They say he did 75 characters on that show? Hold on.
There's a shit ton of characters on that show.
No, that Mark Hamill voiced.
Oh, no, not 75. No.
That's what I'm reading.
Really? Who did they say he voiced?
I guess like a lot of random characters too, but
oh, okay. I'm like, he definitely wasn't like the main cast was Benson, their boss, who was a gumball machine, Mordecai and Rigby right there, and Skits. And then you had the fucking crazy guy. I can't remember his name. He would just get into like some wild ass shit. But I love Mordecai and Rigby. They would rap. They would pick up chicks. They were dope. I fucking loved them. They better not Teen Titans go this shit. I love the regular show. It's for a new generation, so I'm not really. I don't put that.
How serious was regular show that they would do?
Oh, it was very. It had an adult tone. But you know, it's like Shrek. When the dialogue in Shrek is made for adults. The animation is what keeps the kids entertained. That's what regular show was. The dialogue was not meant for kids. Not meant for kids at all. But the visual is what kept kids interested. There were points where I heard them say some shit, and I'm like, the fuck did he just say? Oh, shit. Like, this is Cartoon Network, right? But no, I love the regular show. Obviously, they're also doing a movie for The Adventures of Gumball, and they're bringing back the series. That was a phenomenal show. They changed the voice actor of his Gumball's brother. I think they changed the voice actor for Gumball. That really hurt me. You could tell the difference. You could hear it. That kind of hurt me a little bit. But I do love that show also. Adventure Time, I never watched. Everything I know of Adventure Time today, I know from playing Multiverses. So I'm going to kind of keep it that way. I don't really need another show to get into. But if I free up, I will watch some Adventure Time. Or maybe when it comes back, I'll let that be what brings me back. Last quick thing. They are doing a spin-off of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. That's also a show that I loved. My favorite character was Blue Regard. I love Max, but I love Blue Regard. Then I love when he had a brother whose name was Cheese, and they called him Blue Cheese because he was Blue's brother. Love that show. Joel, one of the imaginary friends, was made in the image of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So he was extremely tall, played basketball. It was hilarious. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, I see what you put here, Trevon. Let me see.
It was a lot of random motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's random guys. That's why I didn't understand when you said that. Okay.
I heard his voice in Adventure Time too. I think he was
Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Oh, makes sense. Man, Cartoon Network, if they were smart, just cut that man a check. And just say, hey, just do shit. Like, sit in the booth, just do shit for an hour and a half.
I'm almost done with season 1 of Adventure Time.
Okay, so you're looking forward to the Adventure Time news.
I don't know. I'm just watching it right now because I got into it because of Multiverses, and I've heard people say it was a good show, so I'm like, I'll try it. So it's not bad.
Multiverses, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. All I know of Adventure Time is from Multiverses. I never watched it.
I never watched it. Yeah, I never watched it. I remember putting on Cartoon Network and it being on constantly, but I've always changed the channel.
Same here. I would only tune in for regular because it was like you know how they say the 3 heads of anime are like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and Bleach. For Cartoon Network at that time, it was definitely regular show, Adventure Time, and the Adventures of Gumball. Those are like the 3 heavy hitters.
I remember those names, and I remember those shows being. I just never watched them because at the time I just wasn't watching cartoons. Not those cartoons, especially at the time.
Same.
I can tell you, if you ever want to get into the regular show, it's a very easy watch. Because like I said, they're 15 minutes.
I might.
Each episode's 15 minutes.
Like, especially if they show up on Multiverses, I probably will.
I don't know. I'd be very intrigued to see how they do Morty and
I have no idea. Maybe together.
The only show I watched
that'd be overkill.
Steven's Universe. I tried.
Who's that? Who?
Steven's Universe. I watched it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw the first trailer for Steven's Universe when they showed that he had the gem in his belly button. I said, nah, but
it's like a troll. It's a treasure troll.
Yeah, nah, I'm good.
I might check it out. I might check out the gems. They sing a lot, right? I don't know if I like that.
Yeah. The lady in the game. The pink lady?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, they definitely sing a lot on that show, I'm sure. But yeah, no, Trayvon, did you see any of these shows?
No.
None of these shows.
I know, I heard the name. I'm familiar with the name of them, but I've never watched them.
Well, you would have seen them. All right, we move into our final topic. I wanted to give a lot of credit to the marketing for Deadpool and Wolverine. We got some official posters for the different showings that they'll have, IMAX, digital, all that. And they look great. They look so good. So good. I love each and every one of these.
I love it. I love
any one of them could be my background on my phone right now. Anyone.
I love.
What are you saying, Trayvon?
I love this marketing. You know, I always say that about Deadpool. I love it. Mm-hmm. I love that they play around with his fluidity, but they'll never go there, which annoys me. But it's okay.
Well, I tell you what, if they don't go there, it's a Ryan choice. So take your beef up with Ryan. Ryan has as much control of this character as anybody in Hollywood. So if he chooses never to go there, even though he flirted with the idea because he got pegged in the first movie. So,
by a woman.
So I'm like, I get what you're saying, Trayvon. It's not full bore, but the man has shown he don't got anything against it. But no, to the marketing of this is great. I love the one poster at the bottom left, making fun of Logan. I love that. Mm-hmm. It's just it's great, man. The fact that we're gonna get this continuing into Secret Wars.
I think there was a Beauty and the Beast one too. I saw it earlier today.
Yeah,
there was. Yeah, there was. Yeah. It came out after I'd already put this together, but there was.
Fucking nothing beat the fucking hot toy that dropped this morning. I'm like,
well, did you buy it yet?
No, it's on pre-order.
Oh, gotcha.
Man, it's pre-order. Nice. I
better fucking when I come over. I better see that
really
shit mounted to your wall.
I like that statue the one with him carrying Deadpool and the dog following him.
By the way, somebody a scooper, I think you know, but I won't really go much into it. But he did come out with a not a report, but like someone had asked, like the look that you wanted with the shoulder pads and everything. Yeah. They asked him, like, how long will we see it? And I'm not going to say the answer here, but he did answer how long will we see it.
I saw it.
Oh, you saw it? Okay.
Yes.
Do you buy that?
That's going to be that long?
Yeah.
Or at all? I didn't even know it was going to be at all. So that, to me.
But do you buy that short amount of time?
I'll take it. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be at all. Maybe that's why they did it.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, holy shit, I'll take whatever, because that look is fucking perfection. That's why. That was amazing. Like, I love that. I want that toy because I'm like, that happened. I want that.
And here's the crazy part, Joel. You keep saying this in defeat. You don't know. You could get that long term the next time we see him.
I might. And it might be the. And I look forward to seeing a newer version of the yellow suit and the brown tan suit in the future. But as of right now, this is to me probably maybe the last time or one of the last times we see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in his suit. And so I just want to. it just looks great, and like I'm so sad it took this long to get there.
Hey, but we're here.
We're here, and I just. Yeah, I'll make fucking room. I'm looking now. I'm like, I'll take all that shit out now. I'll just-
No, we're very excited for this movie, man. They can't come soon enough. June, get the fuck out of here. Like, hurry up, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But I did want to say, guys, The
Sure,
Boys
wow.
is dropping the first 3 episodes tomorrow. Game of Thrones, I'm sorry, not Game of Thrones, let me be specific. House of Dragons is
It's
back
still Game
this
of Thrones.
Sunday. No, it is, but I want to make sure I'm very clear on what I'm saying. House of Dragons. It is from Game of Thrones, but it's House of Dragons, not Game of Thrones. House of Dragons is back this Sunday, but like I said, The Boys drops its first 3 episodes tomorrow. So make sure you guys, please make sure you're able to check them out before you go on social media, because I don't know if it's gonna be like Star Wars and be a specific time drop, or if it drops at 3 a.m. So if you don't want to be spoiled these first 3 episodes, please make sure you're staying off of social media. You're getting your watches in before I get spoiled for you. House of Dragons, baby. I will say, DJV, we had the most fun breaking down House of Dragons every week. I cannot wait to bring that back. I cannot wait to bring that back.
Petty.
It was so much petty. Oh, I love the way we broke down that show. Oh, I can't wait. And I will say, Trayvon forced me and Joel to watch it, and then just decided to stop watching it. But Interview with the Vampire is.
Oh no, I'm caught up now.
Oh, look at this.
I binged it. Yeah, I'm caught up now.
Are you happy now?
It's ain't no gay shit going on, but I'm caught up.
You said it's not enough?
No, it's not.
Trayvon, unless you're talking about full penetration, I don't know how much gayer that show could get. What are you missing?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There's been no sex scenes, Strong.
We're gonna go.
I'm just saying. There hasn't been. Am I lying?
There hasn't been. But why is that? Why it's a show, not pornography. Why is that your bar? That shouldn't be your bar.
It's a gay show. They want it to be gay. That's why. It
is super gay. Man has numerous boyfriends. I don't know how much gayer you can get. You want it to be X-rated. It's a show.
It is.
Not pornography.
Primarily men. Like this is
primarily the only woman we've ever seen is his daughter.
It's romantic gay.
Yeah, and the only girl in it is like a little girl. It's like, or
that's
it
what
looks
I'm saying.
like
It's not even remotely fair.
Yeah.
Trayvon had been getting wild episodes. What's up? I don't know. He's gonna start getting muted towards the end of these.
Not getting enough.
I think as he gets tired, it's like
we need someone to like lay him out.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Did
like,
you say lay him out?
That's it. Just lay him out. Bend over, Trayvon. Let me finish this for you.
We're getting off, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode. Unhealthy and unstable. It's ridiculous. I had to be the mature one here. We thank you guys so much. We had a steady 38 viewers. We appreciate you guys so much. You guys have no idea how much we appreciate it. Please make sure, guys, that you are liking, commenting, subscribing. Make sure you're following us on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Please, guys, we'll make our way to TikTok. I think we might make our way to TikTok. But make sure you guys are following us. Every Wednesday, we do this great podcast. Every Thursday, we do game night. So we will be live again tomorrow night. Make sure you guys tune in. Okay? And to the dads out there, happy Father's Day this weekend. All right? It means something
happy
different.
Father's Day to the daddies.
I was just about to say, it means something different to nasty-ass Trayvon.
I love y'all.
However you get about Father's Day, you go ahead and get about Father's Day. We will see you guys. Well, technically, you guys will see us tomorrow, but we won't be like this.
You won't see us. You'll hear us.
Right. You'll hear us tomorrow. You'll be watching us play the game.
And we'll
but again,
I will at least.
You said what?
On Twitch.
Right, on Twitch. Make sure you're following us on Twitch to see us gaming tomorrow. But again, we thank you guys so much. Definitely, guys, more of you share your thoughts. Let us know what you guys think about all the topics we talked about today. We talked about a lot. If you're some of those Star Wars nerds that are big mad, let us know what's got you big mad so we can hit the ignore button. All right. We love you guys so much. Until next
Know your
time.
name so I can block you.
Peace.